upset tummy.
The eclipse.
Yeah, the eclipse impregnated me, and now I have an upset tummy.
Hold on a
What
minute.
did you do with that eclipse? Oh my god.
I was nowhere near it.
Leave the moon alone.
I'm on the other.
He was at work.
I'm
Just
on
cut my ear, I think.
We all thought I was at work. No, I was. I
Kim, how
flew
do
to
you feel
Toronto.
about this?
Listen,
Who knows?
you can't come
the
between
moon?
true love. Me and the moon go way back.
He's like Sokka.
The black
Chris,
sun.
me and the
Sokka.
moon go way back. Dude, getting memes from Mac all day. Oh, I showed so many people the photo that you posted of the sunglasses taped together at work. It's so funny. Oh,
Don't worry, guys. I'm ready for it.
I'm ready. You gotta stay safe.
I wonder if
man.
that
It's
would actually
really
work,
important.
though.
I don't think so.
No.
I genuinely.
You don't know until you try.
I think science.
I think
just
one more
know.
would do it. One more would complete it.
You're just missing
You
one
need. You got to
hair.
make sure at least half of them are polarized. That's the trick.
Yeah, one polarized one.
That's
All
safe.
right.
And then
We're
one that's
back.
like,
Session 51. Guys, that was a really fun campaign we ran last week.
Yeah.
yeah.
It was good. Really sucks that we all have to dance for all eternity, but on
That's what it
Patria,
is.
dancing is still illegal, so we're good.
Okay, good.
Split loose.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Not,
just to
when I'm
clarify.
finished.
not that's Moss's third stretch goal in this campain. They have to save the world and then unban dancing as a global entity.
Yeah. I saw
it's-
Moss tapping his foot the other day.
That's what he gets you, man. Once you start
Moss was
tapping
playing
your
music
foot,
and he was tapping his foot.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Almost got turned in to that dance.
Who's recap this week? Is it Mac or is it Soren?
It's Marsh.
It's
Oh,
Marsh.
it's Marsh. Why did
I'm
I
next
think it was
week.
Mac? Oh, I think because I was memeing. That's why. It's Marsh. Yeah, that's correct. I'm an idiot. All right, Marsh. Bring us in.
It's next week.
Typical, quick and easy.
Yeah.
Started off. Kuno, Soren, scene, start. Talked about an oath. Talked about Kelsey. Talked about the Grand Marshal. Cut. Aqua, Nile. Talked about feelings. Talked about romance. Talked about hatred and shit. Cut.
Cut.
Scene, dinner.
I need like a clapper.
Marsh should be a really aggressive director. Let's make
Hell
that
yes.
clear.
I love
Or
it.
no, cut. Cut. Aman, Nico, studying spells, not sleeping.
Damn.
Cut. Party, scene, dinner table, talking about what happens if the war goes bad. Talking about, are we gonna escape? Are we not gonna escape? We didn't make up our minds. Cut.
It's true.
Niall, talking with demon. Demon's afraid of devils? Uh-oh, took Niall away. Left a note. Cut. Aqua,
Added
finds
forgery.
notes.
Marsh is just reading their notes from last session. Each cut is him ripping the
Literally, it's
paper
ripped.
off. Yeah.
They rip the paper every single time. Like it's a typewriter.
I just sketched actually.
Oh,
It's good. It's so good. Oh shit! I actually erased all my notes.
The party finds the note. They go in to look for Niall. Niall's gone. It's hot in his room. There's a portal to hell? We gotta go to an announcement. Cut. End session.
Oh my god.
bringing
was
that
it.
storyboard to Hollywood.
Holy shit.
That's for the movie.
Can we make some changes? Niall's room is actually a sauna.
Yeah.
Yeah, we gotta workshop it a little bit.
Legitimately an actual sauna.
Yeah.
Are
Are we
there's
sure?
more sweaty old men with towels on their.
Oh
Like,
no.
Talking about, just talking about like.
Yeah, just shooting the shit about how the politics aren't the same anymore.
The world isn't what it used to be.
Browns are pretty good this year.
Yeah, so are the
Alright.
Greens.
So are the Greens. All right. That was pretty much all that happened. We left off with Niall. Just on a little picnic with Agtheron. And I think that's where we'll start. We'll pick right back up there.
Romantic picnic with
Just a cute little group date. Agtheron, Nile, and a bunch of little imps.
On a picnic table or a picnic blanket. Instead of picnic table.
Sitting on a picnic
just like a filleted. It's just somebody's skin.
Ooh.
Say that, but I was like, maybe I shouldn't.
Don't
I was
worry,
thinking
I'll
I
go
think
there
like
for
the
you.
contrast, like
I'll go there
of
for
a
you.
regular blanket, like a nice cute blanket that he has.
Yeah. Right. Nile. You are not strapped to a torture table being pulled apart and flayed, such as our more imaginative party members might assume. But you are definitely uncomfortable, I think is safe to say. The chair you are sitting in is painful. It is barbed and wrapped in barbed wire, and the smell of long dried blood from previous attendees to this specific chair definitely heighten your senses. The room around you is not overheating. It is not as hot as one might imagine. But there is a scent on the air of something you haven't felt since the battlefield. When you learned that there is actually a scent of death beyond the physical decay of creatures and the bloodshed, there is an air about this room that reminds you of war. Agtheron, in his more humanoid form, sits across a long, narrow table. And he has a stack of papers. Agreements, writs, terms and conditions. You find yourself in one of the many, many layers of the abyss. Thank you for coming. Apologies for the short notice, but I figured it was only fair that we meet on my grounds this time.
It's what it is, I suppose.
I think it's time we rewrite our contract, don't you?
You could do that.
In what terms exactly?
Well, I think the terms of our existing contract are no longer valid. Your family is safe. They do not need my care. But you are now the one in danger. On two fronts, no less. You think for a moment what he might be speaking about. The first thing that pops in your mind is likely the collective. They have thus far been dormant, if you could call it that. But they are not gone. You still feel them like an itch in the back of your head. That time bomb will eventually go off, you know. Do you have the means to deal with it yourself?
Most likely not.
Well, Don't sell yourself short. That depends entirely on what you plan on doing with it. Do you plan on using this power? Or do you will it away?
As long as it can be used in my favor.
That it could, with the right tutelage, I suppose. I can offer you that. You have already taken the first step, and he looks down at you, where your hands are kind of resting on the table, and you see in this world, at least, the strings, the inky connections that connect you with the contract you made years ago and the more recent pact as you allowed Agtheron to become your patron. It is within my power to both teach you and allow you to survive it. You could be a most dangerous weapon in the many wars to come. But it depends on what you offer me.
Do you want? I've already killed so many people for you. Do you want more?
You've definitely sharpened my edge in the battle that I am preparing for. One that, at least for me, has already happened. But for you is yet to unfold. You have taken out much of my competition. But there is another thing you could offer me. And I'm going to sound like my enemies, but I would wish your soul. Not as it currently is, no. Your normal lifespan will end too shortly for when I need you. No, I want claim over your immortal soul. The one that will fly off from the material plane when you die.
Be entirely honest here. If the gods really do have this power and they judge us, we both know it. I'm not going anywhere good.
Well, to an extent, I assume you'd be correct, but I would be doing you a disservice if I was not wholly truthful with you. I will not enter this pact without honesty, because if I do not lie, then you have no reason to. The afterlife is not decided by the gods. Not in the way that your plane has decided to give them the authority over. Yes, the god of death does have some dictation over the events that take place in the moments during and after one's death on this realm. But it is oh so easy for one of my kind to pluck an entity off of their thread of fate. I simply ask that you determine your fate now. No matter what happens in your life, upon your death, you will return here. And for eternity, you will do what you were told.
I I will agree under 2 more conditions.
I'm listening.
Aqua must remain safe. I know there's not much you can do against an archdevil, but at the time that she is alive, she will be under my protection.
What is it you ask of me, knowing that I do not have the authority or, at least yet, the capability to go against the will of an archdevil?
If she dies before whatever curse she's under takes her life, then our contract is void because originally my family must be protected. And though my family is different now, and my birth family may be safe and sound, Aqua isn't.
Very well. She will be protected in the ways that I am able to. And your second condition?
Keep Kurus alive.
He kind of smirks. Sure. There is
I
another
don't care if
matter.
he doesn't want to see me after he does wake up. He's a better person than I am.
You don't give yourself enough credit. But I understand.
I offer my immortal soul to you.
There is another matter. As I said, there are 2 things in your way. One of them, the collective. The other has yet to reveal itself, but I smell it on the fringes of the aura that your group exudes. Something is coming. I imagine it being the next stage in the evolution of this dying plane, but I will wait until it reveals itself, but know that this contract is considered on standby until we settle the other matter as well.
It's one I want to discuss.
What's that?
What happened the day that we signed our original contract? What is inside my head?
Well, you've already led yourself to this conclusion, Niall. I think it's time you admit it. When we signed that contract, you were signing it in your blood. You were dead on that battlefield when you begged for help. The funny thing is, your enemy does not possess guns. One of your own soldiers shot you. You begged for me to save them anyway.
Who?
They didn't survive the battle. It was someone on your regiment. A stray bullet, likely. But I find it ironic that you, as a dying wish, sold yourself to save the very crew who got you killed. That is not evil. You were given an opportunity and you took it. Hell, I don't even think that makes you weak.
Perhaps good and evil are not as black and white as they seem.
He kind of smirks. You're a quick learner. Now, while our contract is on standby, a deal is a deal. I will no longer give you contracts. At least not mandatory ones. However, as I already have been, I will continue to grant you boons in return for doing my dirty work. Whether you choose to do it or not is entirely up to you. But the power that you wield, and he kind of taps the side of his head, in that mind of yours, is just a few memories away.
Understood.
Is there anything else?
Time isn't going to have sped by very fast when I come back to the mortal plane, right?
Well, I told your friends that you would meet them at the announcement that you were headed to, so when you walk through, that is where you will arrive. Be a few hours.
Did you tell them?
I left a note.
Okay, what did you sign the note with?
Your name.
Nylan and Layan.
Your name, not your nickname.
Okay, yeah, they know it's bullshit then.
Oh, yes, they... he kind of holds his hand up, and you see, I believe it was Marsh, Kuno, and Nico on the other side of the wall. You're looking through it like a pane of glass, like... Kuno's like shouting something. That is a portal. It's a portal. You're seeing it from the other side. They caught on fairly quick, but you've told them enough about our engagement that I'm sure they will behave.
Yeah, most likely. That's all I have then. It'll be a funny story for later, at least.
Good. To recap, your immortal soul in exchange for control over the collective and the safety of your friend and Aqua. Very well. Until next time, which may be sooner than you think, depending on when that other shoe to drop hits the floor. What is the rest of the party up to?
I think Soren just sent a message to Niall.
Yeah.
Via
Right.
sending.
Right, the very end of the session.
It was, God, it's way up there.
Yeah, because we talk so much. Damn it.
So many memes.
Niall, are you going to be at the announcement? Are you okay? So Niall, in the middle, actually towards the end of that interaction, as you're getting up to go through the portal, you receive that message successfully from Soren.
Yep.
All right, I'm gonna respond. I'm fine.
What's your business?
Mind your fucking business.
Mind your business.
God damn it.
Actheron wanted to talk. I will be there.
BRB.
BRB.
All right.
I'm on D&D right now. Do not disturb.
Yeah, D&D. Not Dungeons and Dragons. Do not disturb.
Do not disturb me.
Do not disturb Dungeons and Dragons.
Don't make the deal. Don't make the deal. Don't make the deal.
Too late.
Too late.
It's too late.
Too late.
Oh.
You're too late.
They have already sold their immortal soul.
You're never gonna believe what for.
A
Pack
chocolate
of
bar.
cigarettes.
Yep.
Some
Right.
Newport.
As soon as
Some
Bear
fucking Newport
said like, "Oh my
100.
gosh, you're missing it, bubbly," I was like, "I need to get off. Where's Twitch on my phone? Where's Twitch on my phone?"
I knew it.
Glad you could join us.
But hey, at least
Nay.
we'll be in the nine hells together.
Yay! We're
The
both
Abyss.
dying.
The Abyss. The Nine Hells is the fiery one. You're in the dark and
Oh, well,
gloomy
the
one.
abyss. Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually,
It's
You'll
just
probably
the
see each
Abyss.
other in the Blood War, though.
That's
Yeah.
true, yeah.
Yeah.
Assuming that's the
Yeah.
war
Have
he's
a
talking
meetup.
about. Who knows?
Yeah.
Yeah, Blood War.
I might be there.
I might be
Turns out
there.
the
Yo.
war he's talking about is just like one
Just 'cause
really
it's blood.
petty skirmish.
Right before the BBEG fight at the end of the campaign, you guys all receive RSVPs to the Blood War, and you're like, wait, what is this? What the hell?
Can you stop what you're doing? We gotta go to the Blood War real quick.
It's like the Withers epilogue party, except it's Ekthron inviting us all to the Blood War.
Just
We all
like,
just show up and like,
welcome,
hey
welcome."
guys,
What's
yeah,
up,
it's,
Aggie?
it's been a
What's up,
few
old Aggie?
years. Yeah, what's up?
All right. What are we doing?
One of the
You guys have
announcement,
been-
I think.
You guys have been
Yeah.
banging on the wall that has a scorch mark, and
How many-
Niall's room is very, very warm
Toasty.
still. Very
Enjoying the
toasty.
sauna.
Yeah. It's good
Oh,
for your skin.
damn.
Yeah.
I mean, if they say they're going to be the announcement, I reckon we about to just get on over the announcement. Yeah.
Do you think they meant it like they're just going to appear there, or do you mean like they're gonna walk over there?
Magic with, I don't know what this guy is, but I assume he's got some kind of magic, and plane hopping is kind of crazy, so very well could appear on the stage of the announcement or in the back row. I have
guess we ought to find
literally
out.
no idea.
I did get a message back.
Nope.
Now,
What'd they say?
they said they are fine. And said they will be at the announcement. They are just talking to Acteron,
See, I
Which-
told you.
Oh,
which is
just a casual Eggthron
Which-
chat.
which puts lots of
well,
questions what fine.
yeah, because
Uh,
Niall always say that was a conversation in his head, and now it's in person.
That is an
Sounds sus
excellent
to me.
Cut.
It was from
I've probably seen Archfey Warlock patrons before. Does this seem like typical for a patron in another plane to sometimes be like, hey, we need to have a more serious talk than just me in your head? Like,
It's
Hold
not
hands real quick.
common. It typically marks either an important event, either in the patron or the person receiving said benefits. Usually something important in their existence, or the one time that you remember it happening was a sort of calm before the storm.
yeah.
Everyone getting their ducks in a row.
I mean, it could be all manner of things. It's typically if it happens and they bring him to their plane, it's something rather important in either the patron or the benefactor's life or something, or it could be Ekthron gearing up for something. Making sure all his soldiers are equipped with their weapons.
And to be honest, did not really have a choice. He said
Doubtful.
no.
Probably that's yeah. All right.
All right.
You
Okay.
with your freaking arguments and your clauses and your. Oh, but
Listen, I'm like dying.
Tails has its claws. It's I'd say our best chance to see it now is probably at the announcement. So
Yeah. We may as well head that way.
yeah.
See what all the fuss is about. Hopefully the war is not continuing. I hope.
Hopefully.
Hopefully,
Hopefully.
like hopefully not, kind of thing.
Big hope.
pretty
Well, how
please.
do we get our Fey army if they're busy, battling mortals,
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No idea. I'm gonna be right honest. I don't got a lot of connections here, so.
Not a whole lot of.
Yeah.
A lot of good.
I got some pirates, maybe, but
It's true.
Oh.
probably on the
Okay.
East Coast.
As the mostly intact members of the Lost and Found begin trekking westward to the far edge of the city in the oh gosh, what darn district are we going to?
We're going to
Gosh,
that,
diddly darn
we're going to
district.
that fancy old district.
We're going to the
Now,
fancy district.
which darn district are we moseying on over
Dingle
to?
dang dong
District
district.
12.
Which darn
District 12.
District 9.
No, we're going to the Citadel Ward. Most of the time, the ruby sealed status that you guys have does allow you a little bit more flexibility, but the Citadel Ward is by and large off limits to outsiders. This is a gated community of the wealthy, of the not the nobility, but the heads of the councils. It is also home to a large amount of the military equipment that is held in reserve. It is kept behind lock and key from even most of the society that lives here. But on a day like this, nearly a week after the courts of clan unification ended, an announcement on the future of Bashir and, by effect, your guys' mission is about to take place. The crowds are immense, and traffic is tight. It is single file. You are pushed and jostled and nudged out of the way as you attempt to gain a close enough area to be able to overhear everything. You eventually notice that there is a collection of clans members from your guild, from the Trader Guild that you belong to, and a familiar face. Oh God, her name is always gonna be forgotten. The one who pulled one over on you. God
We have it
damn
written down.
Yeah, I think
Lyra?
someone.
Like
Lyra?
Laura?
Yes, Lyra.
Honest?
Lyra kind of waves you guys over, and you guys are brought kind of like to like a box, like a private box, It's still on the street level because you guys are just on the streets in this crowded courtyard, but it is off to the side. You don't feel like you're jostled around, and there's others in there with you. Some of the familiar faces that you've seen over the last few days in the Citadel that you guys have been staying at. Soren and Kuno, I need you both to roll insight checks.
All right, it's cool.
That's my
Mother?
10th best stat.
I got 10.
Good thing you have natural
That's
20s
that.
in your pocket.
Probably.
I got-
I can count it.
I couldn't hear over the Syrinscape for a second. What are we rolling?
There's the third.
Just the Blood Brothers. Just the Blood Brothers.
Okay, cool.
Oh no,
good.
4.
I got
That's
a
Important
17.
for me.
a 17. 17 will do it. And we'll say you kind of elbow Kuno as this starts to happen. You don't see anything, but something that you haven't felt in a very long time. You feel this superstitious belief that your mother is nearby.
Oh.
The hair on the back of your neck goes up, and as you kind of nudge Kuno, you kind of... You know it less because your age when she left. But that feeling of familiarity.
Yeah, Soren like whispers it to Kuno. He's like, she's near. And he like starts looking around. Like Kuno probably assuming, knowing exactly who he's talking about, just not having to say like, and he like starts looking around, like kind of like, not like too frantically, but probably the most frantic you have seen Soren look. So I guess frantically.
Kuno's going to reach into his bag and grab my silver raven, and he's gonna take it and hand it to Soren.
What do you want? Means what does it do again?
You have to describe. You need to know the likeness of the person.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, and I have a better memory of it than you.
Fucking
You have-
styled on.
You have
Oh
a
my
better
God,
memory
this
of her
is
than me.
great.
Yeah, I
Might not
think
get the raven back though.
it's okay.
Yeah, our mom gets rid of our raven.
Just shoots it out of the sky.
You just throws it back at us.
Mom!
It's turned back into a statue, just whips it at you, yeah.
Damn, what do I say? What do I say? God, it's so pressure.
What do you want the bird to say?
Exactly. I don't want to seem like.
We know you are here. We are looking
Mom,
for you.
You don't want.
right, here, look for the two
Trying to
idiots
get,
raven.
it's been 17 years. I'm trying to make a good first.
You don't want to seem too desperate.
Yeah, you don't want to come off too
Actually,
desperate.
18.
Yo, bitch!
Hey, mama.
What's up, mom?
Yeah, Soren will say.
All right.
What's good, Kev?
Oh, yay.
God, this is rough because I'm trying to think. Like, where do we meet? Where would we meet?
What if she doesn't want to meet?
Exactly.
What if she doesn't remember who you are?
Exactly. That's the bigger fear too. Kuno, do you have Nick? Do you have any ideas?
Who is this?
I mean, you could just tell her it's us.
Yeah, but yeah, because if it's us, I'm sure she probably already knows we're
Hey,
here.
mom, maybe if you're not busy sometime this week, we could meet up for coffee. If you're too busy, that's fine too.
Oh, Soren's going to he's going to whisper into it after the announcement to meet at, and he's going to remember like the warehouse nearby that he did. I will be waiting, and he'll send it to.
Okay.
He'll like tell her roughly like it's called the tower, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
By the tower, like 2-3 blocks away at the abandoned warehouse.
All right.
In the what district is that?
It was in the portside quarters.
The portside quarter. Yeah, and that's what he says, and it flies off.
You whisper this command to the creature. It animates into what type of? It was like a blackbird.
It's a raven.
It's a raven. A blackbird. Yeah. It animates into
It's a big silver raven.
a big silver raven, but no, it animates into a black raven and flies off. And you guys both watch as it heads towards the end of where this crowd is meeting, and into an open window in the building that you imagine the speech will be announced from.
That could be unfortunate.
Oh no. Did you kill your mom?
No, she's a council leader.
Yeah.
Maybe. Or
she's a
janitor.
She's a
She's an undercover janitor this whole time. She's
What
been
if she's
working her
undercover
way up
and
the
they're
ladder.
like, yo, mom, let's meet up. And so, who the fuck's your kids?
Oh. She's being interrogated by her boss because she's been acting weird lately, and a fucking metal bird just flies into the window and delivers a message.
Nah, she is the boss. She's the snake boss.
Hey, wait, sorry, have we long rested?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
We just woke up from a long rest.
Yeah.
Sweet. I'm missing 30 HP.
Yeah, I noticed that, and I can't remember
For like
why.
the past
but...
like 2 sessions. For the past 2 sessions, I think.
Yeah, well, because we were doing surgery.
Oh yeah, we did sacrifice some HP.
That's what.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, you guys can all long rest if it's been a minute. No problem. Okay.
She's gonna try to use it, and it can't be used again.
Yeah,
Just
she
kidding.
needs the code. It's the best part.
She's gonna keep it.
Ooh. Pretty decent portent rolls.
Phillips.
All right. Sorry, 1 second.
Yeah.
Okay, message seemingly delivered. I'm gonna make a roll here. Okay.
Rolled a hit on the crow.
Just watch before it goes in the window. It just like a beam.
See, that's
of light
almost
just
why I wish it
shatters
was attunement, because then you could feel when it just gets obliterated in midair. You're like, ah, fuck, the bird's dead.
That would be like the funniest / worst attunement slot.
It's so good, yeah.
The only thing it's good for is like I can tell when it's not delivered.
Yeah,
I can tell when my message
I-
has not been received.
I
But you
paid
can't tell
for
when
package
that-
tracking.
Yeah.
Niall,
All right.
They left me on red.
you step through a murky black blobby portal on a wall that's already black as you kind of like feel for where it starts, and you kind of stumble through, and just by the natural kind of momentum that is carried through as you travel through a different plane, you kind of shoulder check into Aqua, who's standing in a very busy street in like a cordoned off area. Aqua, you
And
feel
into traffic.
Niall just body block beside you, just
Wow, you run really fast.
Yep, ran all the way here.
We need to talk later. I don't like that he left that note. I wanted you to leave that note. Then it would have made me less worried.
No, yeah, he even said it was an awful idea.
Then why did you do it?
Aqua. As you lean into Niall to have this like slightly hushed conversation, listen, Niall's a good friend. Niall smells real bad. They smell like sulfur and what
Well,
Aqua doesn't
I'm
know,
with
but what Bubbly definitely knows is the smell
know
of gasoline. It's real strong.
I was gonna say sulfur smells like rotten fucking eggs.
Yeah, so rotten eggs and a gas station.
Okay, so now like that is what is that smell, Niall? Oh, is that you? Oh my god, was your meeting in a dumpster? What is this? Were you what?
Dude, Aqua has no chill. Holy shit.
Niall, this smell. And am I noticing people like just slowly stepping away?
Mostly
or
because
anything?
you're having such a reaction to it. People seem to just be kind of shimmying a little bit further away from the two of you.
Okay, first you'll bathe, and then we'll talk.
All right. How much time into the meeting do I still have time?
You look around, you're in the street where the meeting is going to take place.
Oh, well, fuck me, I guess.
Yeah, sorry.
Sorry.
Can Mox prestidigitate like everything?
Oh, yeah.
Is it like something on you? Or is it just a smell? I can't get rid of it if it's just a smell. Like, if there's something causing the smell.
I am not entirely sure.
I'll try to prestidigitate.
It helps a little bit, but there's definitely still a lingering smell. It's deep in the fabric of the clothes that you're wearing.
Okay, what if I quickly rinse you with water, and then he does the...
I think that'll just make me wet.
Does Moss recognize the stink at all?
Make a history check.
History check. I can do that.
Yeah. I like to use history when we're recalling memories.
This is my heating bag.
14.
It's got a little heating pad in his little butt.
Cute.
I love him.
And it's helping my stomach so I can listen.
That's so cute. What was that total roll, Moss?
14.
14. Not to this extent, but you have definitely done business with entities that have that lingering odor on them.
I've definitely smelled a foul creature in my day, similar to that, but none I can remember off the top of my head, so I must imagine that's your friend's smell.
Probably.
Ooh. Ugh. Charming.
I wish that I was in a high place so I could jump off.
No
talking like that.
It's fine.
Listen to
It's not an embarrassing moment time to time.
And yours just happens to be that you smell like eggs.
Like a butt. Oh, yeah, like eggs.
Yep, like a butt and eggs.
Like, have you ever had, whenever you went to like a bathroom stall right after someone who just let it rip?
In some places, hygiene is not well spread, so maybe in Bashir, other people could drown out the smell if you're lucky.
Anyway.
Glad you're safe, otherwise.
Anyway.
What'd you do in there?
Discussed future endeavors.
Ooh.
Like killing more people?
Like not killing more people.
Oh, so was the boat the last one?
Huh? What do you mean? What boat?
Soren
No idea what you're talking about, Moss.
Insight.
Oh, right. Sorry. Was the last one you did the last one?
To confirm,
Yes.
it is my 11th best skill.
God damn it.
That makes it even better.
Moss just has this shit-eating grin.
15. You were inciting against Nile, correct?
Yeah. And Nat one on that intelligence ability check. I don't know what that was for, but that popped up.
For a total of 0. You can tell that Nile is very uncomfortable with the situation and probably not the best time to bring it up in front of people you guys don't trust.
Yeah.
And they are actively trying to shut down the conversation.
Yeah, maybe let's talk about something else.
I said that. Let us please talk
agree.
about literally anything else.
Yeah.
When do you think the meeting will start?
Hey, my Mazza is nearby, so that's cool.
Oh,
what?
Yeah.
Did you find
You mean
her?
this one? And I show the.
Is she in the crowd?
You pull out a photo that's like very accurate to what the
The
mother looks
hyper
like.
realistic.
When did you draw this?
Mom?
Oh, as soon as we
No.
No, Kuno, it's just a picture.
It's just a picture, Kuno.
Tiny. When did you get so tiny?
How did you fit in that book?
well,
Looks just like the painting.
I what's it called? I wanted to like I drew it as soon as we got here because my first mission was to find your mom. So I drew a picture so I could go on the street and ask, "Have you seen this woman?" kind of thing.
You were going to do that?
Yeah, but a lot of stuff happened, so I didn't have the time.
I figured.
I think you'd find we're all at least a little invested in the two of you finding your mom.
Yeah, mommy finders.
Nope.
That's
No?
awful.
Is that?
I had that one.
I'm not
That's
invested
really
100%, but don't say it like that.
There's some moms
Yeah.
near you.
I think the only one worse than that would have been if you said mommy hunters.
Local
That's
moms.
the only
Yeah,
worst.
we're the lost and found, and we're looking for a mom.
Let's be honest,
Mommy
they'd be all
hunters.
after
Mommy
Amon.
Huh? What is it?
They'd all be after Amon.
Oh.
No, he's the mommy finder. Okay, I'm done. I'm sorry.
It's his
Important
pastime.
announcement time?
While
Yeah, when
all
is
this
this?
memery is going on, Nico, what are you doing?
I'm just listening to whatever chatter's going on over my shoulder. I want to watch the crowd though. Is anybody looking at us, kind of sizing us up, anything like that?
Sure, make a perception check.
You better get a nat 20. I want to know if people are
11th
sizing this
skill.
up.
Is
It's probably your 11th best skills
if I
computer.
ask if I could try to
Probably.
do that as well. Amon would be scanning the crowd as well.
Sure. Yeah, I'll let you both have that.
Yeah, scanning for them.
Poo-poo. I got a 9.
9. Okay.
Boss just lifts Amon up.
On his shoulders.
Who do you see?
What do you see with your special eyes?
Oh, they're not special.
What do you see with your
16?
undead eyes?
With a 16 and a 9, you guys kind of scan the crowd. You don't pick up anyone sizing you up or anything to that regard. However, you guys are new in town. You guys are recently ruby sealed, and you are in basically like the private box for your guild. So there are definitely some eyes on you. Just like, is that the lost and found? I didn't.
Everyone that looks at us, I'm just waving to.
There's so many of them. There's 1, 2, 3. It's a big group. I just as this is going on and the memery that's been taking place as Niall has reappeared and stunk up the box a little bit. Amon, you begin noticing several all the soldiers you see, all the guards you see are in full regalia, full ceremonial dress, helmets on, polished, very much ceremonial, showing their full strength. You see 3 or 4 guards across this span of a couple hundred feet, this wide courtyard full of people. There's no room for standing or for walking. But you see 3 or 4 guards kind of forcing themselves through the crowd, spread out, kind of making their way through the crowd. And as they do, the people around and behind them begin to hush as a message is passed along that they are about to begin. The drumming that has kind of, rallied the crowd ceases. And it gets a little bit eerily quiet for how many people are here. We're talking 20 to 30,000 people currently forced into this courtyard and the surrounding fenced off area, and likely down the main street that led to this area in the first place. It is very, very full here, and you could hear a pin drop across the courtyard with how quickly it grows quiet.
Mon just kind of like puts his hand back. He's like, we're being quiet now.
On the far end of the complex, kind of in the centerpiece, is like a very classic overarching balcony. And you see it would be about just under a dozen well-dressed figures. You do see your guild's master up there as well, begin to filter out of one door. The balcony is long enough that there's a door on either side of it. They begin to filter out of one door, and very ceremoniously, very slowly, and kind of nodding to the group, begin making their way out and then sitting in chairs kind of towards the back of the balcony. Next, a couple of soldiers. You can't really see their faces in full regalia. About two of them come out, followed by an absolutely monstrous individual. And you recognize this as the Grand Marshal that you guys saw ride in on horseback the day before, or a day or so before. He is flanked by two guards on either side, each wearing a different casted metal coloration that matches the guilds. So you see the four main colors of the guild, and then his, which is the Gornash clan, the military clan, in its kind of silvered platinum mithril type coloration, with bright streaks of that blue Gornash clan coloration. You then see another gentleman wearing the same colors, but not so much the armor, a more diplomat's outfit, although he's wearing bracers and a large kind of chattel belt equipment that seems to kind of bulk him up, and he's got weaponry on him, but he's not wearing full armor. And you hear whispers around you that are silenced very quickly, but you hear whispers that this is the leader of the city, which I think you guys were given his name. I can't remember if you guys were given his
Probably when
Yes,
you were
General Gormog.
Gormog.
This is the de facto leader. The Gornash clan has taken the commanding vote or the political vote in the city of Bashir, and thus their leader, General Gormog, has taken the seat of power for the whole city. You then begin to see a number of other figures filter out. A couple what looks like religious figures. Nico, you recognize a familiar woman who you had a meeting with not too long ago. The Oracle, I believe. She comes out and is gowned in a black kind of shadowy dress. Soren and Kuno.
Yeah.
You see a couple different people wearing what appear to be the priest garbs of the Kataran worshippers. The deep reds, the black kind of undershawl cloak. You see one more figure that looks somewhat familiar. You guys are quite far away, but even from here you recognize your mother's dark hair.
That's my mom.
And her piercing blood red eyes as they stare out over the crowd.
Yeah, I think Soren is clenches his like knee, and it's just tapping like crazy, and it's just like.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say clench it like Arthur's fist.
What? No. Clenching his
You know,
knee,
like
to
the
try to
meme
restrain.
Arthur,
Yes, we
where
know
he's-
Yeah, I know.
nerd.
Clenching his knee on it, like just like trying to like. He's calm, but he's like, it's like. He's never been this close, so it's like. Like trying to count, repeating to himself like patience in his head, just over and over.
I'm gonna ask you and your brother to just roll a flat d20. This is just a luck check.
Kuno's like behind Soren, just like grabbing his shoulders, like, oh, he's like shaking him.
A 2?
Line.
Yeah, I rolled a 2.
Like,
You rolled a 2?
Don't worry,
What do you-
bro.
what do you got, Kuno?
Wait, let
If
me
you
get.
get above a 2,
You got this. You got
I
this.
might just
if you
roll
get
above
above the 2, I'll sleep on the floor in this motel bed.
What if it's a 3? It's above a 2.
It's a 14.
Oh, that's a little bit above a 2. Nothing
Let's
important.
go.
This was just a luck check to see
I'm on
who
the floor
kind
tonight.
of breaks the eyes on their mother first. Which is Kuno in this case, with the higher roll. Kuno, you finally kind of shake it. Just what's going through Kuno's head as you see this person for the first time since you were a very, very, very young child?
I think his first thought is, why is she speaking here? Of all places. Like, I think Kuno would have expected her to be more hidden, but he's shocked.
I'll let you decide. But is it more shocking to see your mother or the figure that stands behind her? A dark-skinned half-elf drow with longer, shaggier hair than your brother, but otherwise looks like your brother's twin. An exact... From this distance, it's hard to tell, but a clone. Not wearing the same outfit. This Soren, this person wearing black leathers with like a red tunic that kind of cuts. There's big cuts in it that reveal the black leather below. As you notice this first.
Kuno, like, mostly focusing on his mother, doesn't really pick it up until he kind of looks aside and is like, is that? And he's just like, he looks to Soren and waits for him to see it.
I think Soren's just hyper focused with my 2. Also, there's a saying that you said, when you see someone who, like, when twins look at each other, they don't see the same person. Usually, like, it's like they see, like, oh, we don't look alike, like, we look different.
Yeah.
So, like, it's not going to register that there's a drow that looks exactly like him behind his mom.
Okay.
Just,
Kuno eventually kind of
hyper-focus.
elbows you and points out the other figure.
Whoa.
Like, it's like, this is like literally probably, it's like the train. There are people on the train that looked exactly like me. Do you think it's the same?
I think it's whatever it is, it has something to do with your soul. Surely she can explain it to us, right?
Let's hope so.
The rest of you eventually see this figure
Wait,
that looks
sorry, I just have one more
strikingly...
question.
Sure, go ahead.
So does the shadow, the drow, it doesn't look like the grown-up version of the child that I saw in the mural, does it?
I'll let you decide either insight or intelligence check.
Well, +1 or -1. What do I choose?
What kind of risky you feel
I'll have
today?
to rely on my 11th best stat again.
Yo, you got this.
You've been using your 11th best set a lot.
Oh, that's a 19 total though.
Yo!
Yay, Kuno!
Your 11th best stat is coming in clutch.
This determinably looks nothing like the mural.
Okay.
This to you with a 19 insight, you're trying to find what looks different about this person compared to Soren.
Oh shit. Dude, how'd they get that scar I gave him? Yeah, does it? But it's are the scar placements the same? Are they
From your childhood, you can't see them from here, but some of the bigger ones that you know are kind of like on your brother's neck, you don't see.
I see.
And also, he wouldn't have this. Probably doesn't have the same piercing as Zoran. Or does he?
Your ears? He does.
No, like all the piercings on Soren's face.
Yeah, like his nose chain.
Not as much on the face, but you're also not close enough to tell if maybe he had them pierced and maybe takes them out for more
that's true.
diplomatic adventures.
But he doesn't have any like noticeable ones on his face.
No, he's dressed very smartly right now, kind of like very reserved.
Mhm.
You guys all eventually see this. You guys are probably about 120 feet away, but you have pretty good line of sight to the balcony. Like you're high up enough that you can see it fairly well. As eventually,
it's just like what the fuck?
How far are we from the balcony?
about 120 feet, give or take. 120. I'll say Nico and Amon, just because you guys weren't really part of the memery that took place before this started. You two also notice there are two flanking the balcony where all these people are. On either side are two large T-shaped wooden posts. So capital T. So it's a big, like tree trunks width, tall, maybe 30 feet tall, and then about 10 to 12 feet on top, these two posts that are kind of driven in the ground on either side. They're on the outside of the fence. And after a while, you notice that there's actually two more on top of the building.
Are they like flag poles? Like, would you hang banners from them?
You don't see any equipment or machinery that would allow that. They're just naked wooden poles. There's nothing on them.
A hydro.
Scandalous.
Stay suit.
Eventually, you guys see in the distance General Goramag kind of raise his hands and kind of put them down, and as he does again, that hush of the crowd. They had been applauding a little bit, respectfully, but still quite ferociously for how many people are here. Begin hushing down the crowd.
Cool trick.
Bashirans, Ryasin forces, esteemed guests, travelers, and all those who have earned the respect and trust of our people. I thank you for your patience and welcome you. The council has come to a decision. But before we announce what we are to spend our resources on, I would grant you a gift. The Grand Marshal and our most elite troops have been out in the Blue Mountains to the west, and we have achieved victory. You ask over what? The Blue Mountains have been ours for decades. True. But the dwellings at the heart and at the roof of this mountain range has been out of our grasp for too long. Nearly 1 year ago, I commanded your Grand Marshal and our elite soldiers to not only take the mountains, but to harness the weapon that was protecting them. And we were victorious. He puts up his hand in like a tight fist for Bashir. And in the distance, coming out of the low cloud, you see 4 winged creatures begin to flap their wings, pushing the clouds out of their path as they cut through the sky and swing down. And as they bank down, you notice riders on the backs of these creatures. They're multiple colored scales. One, a bright, almost glass-like blue scaled dragon. Next to it, you see a very similar glass-like appearance, to the point where their wings, cutting so swiftly through the sky, seem almost translucent. You see one colored very similarly in a light green, in a pale gray-white, silvery almost, and one in a near black. And yet somehow in the day sky, still tough to peg down in the sky, the 4 seemingly dragons do a large victory lap of sorts around the podium, around the entire city of Bashir, before landing on the 4 posts that were erected.
Well then.
Warriors of Bashir, I bring you the Scale Guard, protectors of the realm and securers of our destiny, whatever that might be. The crowd erupts in vicious applause. The dragons roar, and you see the riders, and especially those with decent passive perception, so anyone with a 15 or higher, you notice the riders kind of pull on something that forces the dragons to look up, and they all belch a fiery ball that kind of hits each other in the center. The different spewing fires and poisons effects of these various dragons kind of engulf into a ball in the center. And as that ball of fire, lightning, necrotic energy, the mix of the different dragons you see before you fades, a smoke sigil of the House of Gornash lasts for but a moment longer before fading with the passing wind. The general allows this applause and excitement to carry for just the right amount of time, close to 4 or 5 minutes, to allow the patrons of this event to get their cheers out and kind of get their excitement out. During that time, you hear mutterings from the clans around you, from the people around you in your booth, talking about, wonder if those dragons can be used to protect our ships. Yes, no, we could definitely get through the mountains at this rate. No, they're going to use them against Flintgate. They finally have a way to take down the obelisks. This is all they've been waiting for, is something to give them advantage in the sky. Different kind of bickering back and forth. You look behind you, it's 2 elderly members of the guild kind of bickering about politics. Eventually, General Garamag raises his hand again, and instead of bringing it down, kind of slices across the air and commands the silence once more. Once again, We owe our respects and thanks to the Grand Marshal for his efforts. For this, we grant him sole control of the Scale Guard to be used as he sees fit in what our society demands. Speaking of, council members, please. You see all 10, and you notice now it looks like these are for each clan, the kind of first and seconds of each group, the two like leading entities from each clan, as well as Soren and Kuno's mother stand up. And a couple servants come out and begin handing out cups of wine to everybody. And they all kind of step forward against the balcony and raise their cup. The council has decided. I know it has been many years since we have made a push to secure our future. In this moment, we have decided to change course. Kind of muttering throughout the crowd. All the council members drink their wine, including General Goramag, who kind of drinks it back. I believe... Yes. Moss and Aqua.
Present.
You guys both notice...
Yeah.
Soren's mother and the Soren lookalike fake their drink as they drink. You notice
Let's go, Soren.
you notice that their
Let's go.
cups are still partially full as they begin their speech. It continues uninterrupted. General Garamag. Yes, no, I understand that this may come as a shock. Many below me, I imagine, were assuming the war effort would continue, and that with this new Scale Guard, we would finally have the means to capture and bring to ruin Flintgate and its republic. I offer an alternative purpose. Please, look to your neighbors beside you. How many of your comrades, of your companions, your friends, your lineage has been destroyed by the effects of the plague caused by the children? For too long, much longer than any of us have been alive, the so-called protectors of this world have used us as toys, and at the worst as fodder for their wars. I suggest a world where that is no longer the case.
Moss is suddenly very hyped.
Picture. A couple little whoop whoop in the crowd.
Yeah.
Imagine
Preach.
a world where you pray not to Kaela or her slaves, but to each other.
Yeah, I hate that Lothar guy.
When you look instead to your neighbor instead of the sky and picture your future. We have a means of bringing this forth. I am here to announce that we have reached a tentative formal alliance with one of the children.
Oh, damn it.
And with that agreement, we have gained a way to turn the tide. But this requires great sacrifice. I again ask you all to look around you. How many of you know someone, loved someone, who has been taken by this war? I ask you now not to forget them, but to let them rest. We will be reaching out to the cities across the continent and offering peace. With one exception.
There it is. Oops, sorry, I'm not.
If Flintgate is unwilling to allow us access to their magic, we will take it. With Flintgate, we will have a true gate to the gods.
And this got way worse.
You all must have many questions. I ask you now to listen. Not everything in this world is night and day. And not everything in this world is controlled by the gods. Our destinies, our decisions, and our future will no longer be swayed by the might of those who claim to have been here first. As part of this alliance, we have also reached an agreement with members of the Fae community.
Oh no.
Finally, I have the unfortunate job of announcing that we have formally declared separation from our homeland. For when King Ranthar was given the choice of joining us in our future, he instead declared war. From today onwards, we are more alone than ever, and yet look amongst you and find family. I ask you all now to listen to the wise words of one of the architects of this arrangement. Lady Midnight, please. The female figure matching the description of your mother steps forward to the central part of the balcony, and you guys are unaware of this, but there's a murmuring around the crowd as the first time during one of these announcements, everybody sits down except for this person. General Goramog takes the seat that your mother was certainly sitting in, and it is a symbolic transfer of power to allow this person to speak above the council. And in the same projected tone, I may be a stranger to most of you. You have heard your leader refer to me as Lady Midnight, and I am known by that name as well as many others. That is irrelevant. I bring the blessings of a great change. For together, as we unite with Katara, we bring forth a new world order. Many things have changed in this world. There are many more things to change as well. I ask you all to look to the sun and ask yourselves, why? Why are we trapped below? No more, I say. No more, we shall say. A new task awaits us. And with the help of all of Bashir, it will be achieved. Many will resist us. And with the might of our armies and the Scale Guard, and she gestures to the dragons who are perched and kind of folded, but looking out angrily and threateningly over the crowd. We stand in honor. Our mission will be difficult. Many of you will not know the true nature of what we seek, but know that the council, and with my help, all of you will achieve true peace. For in the midst of this great folly, we must band together and release the midnight prisoner from their prison, and together remake the world.
At that, Soren passes
That's out the window.
Kuno, you watch
What?
and you attempt to grab as Soren's knees buckle out from underneath him, and he falls crumpled on the ground.
Do I know anything about the Midnight Prisoner?
Make a history check.
My 14th best skill.
Do you have them ordered or something? How are you
No, I just counted.
A lot are tied.
Keep a list. Keep a list.
A lot are tied for 14.
11 total.
11 total. You have not heard that phrase before, no. Not in teachings, not in Kataran worship, not a memory from your mother or your father. Has not come up. Anything similar to that, you might have to ponder a little bit longer and think more on, but in this immediate response, I feel like you are more reacting to Soren collapsing. Eyes rolled back, completely passed out. Not a controlled fall, just kind of slumps down. I will ask in this moment, as Soren instantly collapses at the phrase midnight prisoner, rather. Of the party, who is still looking at this woman versus now reacting to Soren collapsing?
Oh, I don't.
Amon would be looking at this woman.
Me too.
Nico as well. Okay. If you're not sure, you can roll a luck check. 11 or higher, you're looking at her. 10 or below, you're looking at Soren.
I'm looking at Soren.
I'm like trying to help Soren as much as I can.
Okay.
I'll
Kuno, what
say
about you?
anything.
I'll look at the lady.
Okay. What about you, Kuno?
Can brainwashed.
Kuno's suspicious.
Sleeper agent has been activated.
Kuno is gonna put anti-magic manacles on Soren.
Okay. Okay.
What are you doing?
Let's go, Kudo.
Okay, let's look at that.
Pass out.
Da-da-da-da-da.
Is he breathing?
Yes, he is breathing.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's dead.
Yep,
Let's put some
he is.
anti-magic
Yeah.
manacles.
I'm bumping him.
In case he comes
Okay.
back to life.
cuff him.
in front of him,
We're
not
gonna
behind
find
his
this
back.
asshole.
Okay. Yeah.
Like he's comfortable. I'm not like
You
hitting
hog tie him.
the ground. You're going away,
I
punk.
could just left me there.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll say in that moment where you do that, you look away. Those of you who are still looking at the woman, as she continues this next part of the speech, just know that she is now looking directly at you.
Oh my god.
As we move forward into this new age,
Glaring at
many
them.
secrets are to be revealed. Most of them kept by the very threat we aim to remove. Our goddess Katara is proof that the gods can fall. In the next few months, you will be asked to trust. You will be asked to march. And you will be asked to change the world. Bashir, comrades, soldiers, are you in? as the crowd begins cheering, the three of you who are still looking at this woman, make a perception check.
I'm going to use my portent roll to get a total of 17.
Okay.
I got a 19 on the die for a 26.
Hell yes.
26.
Natural 20 for
26.
21.
Oh my
Let's
god, a net
go.
20. Okay, all
Nice.
three of you clock this.
Well, glaring.
Of the 10 people, not including General Goramag, so the 10 other clans people, only about 3 of them are clapping. The rest have their eyes closed, and they appear to not be moving.
Oh shit.
Our clan's people too?
You take
Our
a look.
hippo? Our hippo?
The hippo, Vela, I think.
Yeah.
Vela is clapping, but her second is not.
Uh-oh. Does Vela look like they've taken a drink yet?
Yes, from what you can tell, especially with those rolls in the nat 20, all the drinks are empty. They seem to have all kind of taken a shot of wine and gulped it down before the speech started.
But the second is collapsed, or like?
Correct, yeah. Seems some of the
Vela-
cups may have been poisoned, not necessarily
Not
the wine
Vela.
itself.
Okay.
Oh shit.
Fuck. Moss just looks at the rest of the party. We're in the middle of a fucking coup.
And with that, we're gonna go to break.
Let's go.
Early break? That's not
An
good.
early break. We unfortunately, I am on a tight timeline tonight. We're gonna come back and probably play until around 9:15, 9:30 at the very latest my time. So that's 11:30 Eastern. So it'll be a little bit of a shorter session. Just got some out of session stuff to do tonight before I go to bed. But we'll be back, and we're just going to make this a quick one. We'll say 40 after. So 7-8 minutes. Go grab some tea, some water, bio break, and we'll be back for part 2. Thanks for tuning in so far, guys.
Part two. Part 2.
Don't touch that down.
Don't touch that down now.
I have a report to make.
Release HR. Is
Breaking
HR the
news.
name of one of the dragons, do you think?
Oh, God.
Probably.
The
Yeah,
worst
it's
beats.
the one with the little glasses hanging down a little bit.
Welcome back. Is everybody here? Are we all
What a
alive?
coup.
I think so.
Yes.
What a coup.
What a
Love that game.
Love that. I fucking love
How
that
many of
game.
us
I
are
like Uno
completely panicking out of our minds right now?
Not me. I'm asleep. I passed
Well,
out.
Didn't have time.
speaking
I'm
of
just
Soren.
cradling my brother.
Soren.
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't remember the last thing you remember. It's too foggy. As your head cracks against the cobblestone, the lightning in your vision that would usually jolt you to consciousness instead, or is it you're on your back? The cold stone beneath your bare back. You don't remember taking off your shirt. It's not stone, it's metal. You can't move your arms. Flickering of lights around you. You can hear murmuring in the distance. As you look around, your vision dragged with fear. As you take a moment to flex your mind and try calm yourself down, just like Father taught you, you acknowledge the fact that you are not Soren in the year 1260. You are much younger in whatever world you find yourself in. Surely a dream, surely not a memory. You hear whispers and mutterings and two people arguing. A man, no, not a man, your father, definitely your father. And he's whisperedly shouting at someone. No, this has to go on for longer. He's not ready. The specimen is fragile, Isla. It's too soon.
That's my mom.
Some more muttering, some more flickering. You look down at your skin, and where typically you were used to seeing a kind of grayish, purplish skin tone that matches your drow heritage, a gray, unsmoothed, fleshy, amorphous form. And the memories are the same, but you look to your right and you see, is it a window? Is it a mirror? But you see yourself. You see Soren. More flickering, more shaking, your vision blurs and you focus again and your hands are yours again. Listen, son. You're going to change the world one day. You see, we couldn't find the key, so we made one. And you feel the sharp sting on your cheek as you are backhanded. Your vision blurs again. You will be exactly like him in every way. When you're ready, anyways. No, we must do it this way. Listen. Isla, I understand your worries, but this is the only way that I can give you what you asked of me. You think I want to be trapped? And it fades. You're sitting up in a cot. You look around. Make a perception check.
14.
It doesn't smell right. It smells too fresh, but you look around and as your eyes slowly adjust, you're sure that you're in your father's prison. Mostly not used, but this castle, the size of this castle, had one. The bars look the same. And across from you, through the window, you see someone sleeping on another cot. Ting, ting, ting. Someone bangs a brass ring against the bars.
Of mine or theirs?
Of yours.
I think, am I laying down or am I standing?
You're sitting upright in bed, your feet
Okay.
planted firmly on the ground. Your vision's still kind of blurred as you move your eyes around.
I think he'll like reach out with a hand and like trying to like get up and like kind of steady himself, like using the wall as like a guide to like the bars.
You eventually find yourself at that metal sound that you heard, and standing on the other side, you don't recognize this figure immediately. I'm going to give you the opportunity to make a history check.
Okay. 6. Damn it.
Something about this figure
I'm getting rid of this dice. 'cause
is
I rolled a-
very, very familiar to you, and I'll let you commit their description to memory to be brought up, potentially outside of this dream if you
Okay.
if you remember it. But you currently don't see recognition. But you hear him. Soren, it's really not that hard. You're going to come with us, and he's going to stay here. The sooner you accept that, the sooner you accept that your brother and your father are safe, the better. And you realize this man is tall. Or are you younger than you thought you were in this dream? And you look, and where the handle is on the door behind him is about up to your forehead. You can't be more than 6 or 7 years old. The dream kind of flashes forward. You hear shouting in the distance behind a closed door. We're losing him. We're losing him. I told you, you're pushing him too far. No. Look what you've done. And with that strong cut off of that sentence, your eyes blink open and you realize your hands are restrained. The crowd around you seems to be dispersing, at least somewhat. Kuno, you look down and your brother is very slowly, heavily lifting open his eyes as if given something to help him sleep.
What do I hear?
From your perspective, the speech must have ended. You quickly take a look around from the ground and you can see through the crowd that the balcony is empty. Mm-hmm. And most of the people are trying to disperse. You look around, there's not that many people left in this kind of secluded box that you guys had access to. Looks like your friends have been patiently waiting for you to wake up.
Amon is
impatiently waiting, honestly.
Furiously pacing, just going.
Like, we need to get out of here now.
Could have carried him.
Let's somebody pick him up and let's go.
Okay, I'll pick him up.
I can walk.
Oh my God, you're awake.
Yes. What
Are you okay?
Do I feel okay?
Feel a little nauseous, a little bit lightheaded.
I am.
Do you need water?
I'm afraid.
I'm sure nothing's the matter, and nothing. It has absolutely nothing to do with anything she said.
We should probably discuss this outside of prying earshot.
Let's go.
I'd prefer to discuss this outside of that.
Soren, do you need? Do you want me to be your cane? Are you okay? Kuno, maybe we should take the cuffs off now.
Yeah, why'd you handcuff me?
Oh, don't. I mean, yeah. I'm fine. You and I both know our family.
Yeah, I think it was a good idea, but I'm okay now.
As you guys push your way through the crowd and begin heading back towards... Where are you guys heading? The Citadel?
Home.
Home?
Home.
Walking a flink
Or
game?
we are.
Wait.
Yes.
You coming with us, Soren?
I think Soren will elbow Kuno. I told Masa to meet us at this abandoned warehouse. I don't know if she's going to be after this. So, that's where I will be going for a little bit if she doesn't show up. So now I will be at the Citadel or the tower.
Do you guys?
I should come with you, right?
Do you guys want us on standby? Like not in earshot, but like on standby?
Rightfully, I don't think it's a good idea for you to go.
I'm not sure they have your best interests in mind based on this interaction.
Doesn't matter about my interests. I am going to see my mother.
We did travel 3 years to get to this moment.
I'm not saying you shouldn't meet her. I'm just saying should be careful.
Yeah, I don't know what you're. I don't know exactly what you're going through, but I understand needing to meet this person. I just don't suggest doing it by yourself, and definitely not the two of you. Whatever she has some kind of control of you, and I don't think I could live myself if you just up and disappeared and I wasn't even there.
It'll be fine.
But we don't know that.
Yeah, we don't know her. We only know you.
Yeah.
She just took over the entire fucking government.
We don't know that. She didn't drink the wine.
Oh,
Why do you?
yeah, but
I would assume,
look at everyone who did drink the wine, Aqua.
Yeah.
I wasn't paying attention. Soren passed it to the ground. I was paying attention to our friends.
Sorry, let me bring you up to speed. Everybody that drank the wine is dead.
That no, select people who drank the wine are dead.
Oh.
She had a hit list out, and she took care of the people who wouldn't agree with her. She just performed a coup.
That's why I was saying we need to get out of here because there is a coup.
Bless you. But,
Jesus Christ.
That was good.
It's bubbly, everybody.
We're here all week.
Everybody tonight.
As you guys are walking while having this conversation, you hear a couple different places throughout the crowd different stages of the same phrase over and over again as heralds who kind of deliver news throughout the town and kind of just yell out, kind of like newspaper boys, but they just kind of yell out. You hear news from the council. Lady Midnight promoted to Herald of the Change. Several members of the council and their studious partners have resigned, effective immediately.
Herald of the Change.
Resigned?
Oh, God.
The council will be holding elections within the next fortnight. Please submit your paperwork. Also,
That's running for election.
Now's my chance.
Election art.
please be aware that the rite this weekend is still happening, and our Grand Marshal will be in attendance as formal referee for the event.
there's so much happening in this town.
There's so much going on. This town is going through a lot.
Where are you guys
Hey,
going?
you know, at least they're not going to war with Flintgate, right?
I mean, Flintgate's safe fish.
Are you guys dead set on going
The
to this warehouse?
good news
and
is
meeting her?
your armor is probably
Yes.
going to get fast tracked.
Yeah, that's true. Our armor, guys.
Yeah, sweet.
Let's
Okay,
And I can play the guitar card anytime I want now.
Soren and Kuno, can we please be on standby? Like literally, again, not an earshot, but like we can see you at least.
It doesn't have to be everyone, but I think there should be somebody else there that isn't a worshiper of Katara. I don't know what kind of power she has over y'all, and I couldn't live with myself if you guys just up and vanished.
Wouldn't want you being ritualistically sacrificed or anything.
Exactly.
If I
Just worried your mom's gonna
if my
curse
goal
you.
in life was to be ritually sacrificed, I would have been so a long time ago, and you would never have known me.
Amon is gonna kind of like try to meet Soren's gaze and just I trust you, Soren. I need you to trust me.
What about Kuno?
I mean, Kuno's not the one arguing about us not going. It's mostly Soren.
Fair. Unless he secretly is with his.
Nico can come.
Oh, of course. I'm happy to lend any lightning bolt to your protection.
Why?
Any
what?
objections?
No one else can come.
If one more than one is necessary, then you guys choose. But I do not think my mother would meet with me if there was a crowd. But that is if she's going to meet at all. With us, I should say.
Okay, well, you know best. What do you think, Kuno?
What do I think? What? It's his decision.
Thing.
What do you say?
Not or anything, but I'm trying really hard not to laugh.
No. They asked what you think about, because I said taking Nico as a non-guitar worshiper.
Mm-hmm.
Like, do you
Ambient
want more
antithesis of
people?
worshiper.
Do you want us on standby? Do you not want us there?
Yeah, no, I said it's Soren's decision.
You got a decision too.
Who? So it's one fine. Nico is coming.
I'm gonna look to Moss. see what he thinks.
Moss isn't just suddenly suspicious of this friendship.
It's not a friendship. It's just like
I think
of
Nico's
all the
most violent.
people, like
Yeah.
the most unbiased person.
She's the one
What?
that would care the least. That's what Moss is like thinking. Is this out of the normal, or is this because she just doesn't care?
What time of the day is it?
It's like 11 a.m.
Huh.
Okay.
Night power.
I think anyone who wishes to go should go with Nico.
Yeah, but we also want to respect the brothers.
No one is going to be prying on the brothers. Unless you plan to be eavesdropping.
I mean, isn't that the point?
No!
No.
The plan is to stand there, and if they get
You were going-
attacked,
You're going to
then we
eavesdrop.
have them.
I don't know everything.
I've got one quick step in,
I think
so I'm ready.
As long as one of us is there, I'm okay.
Nico is fine going.
Yeah.
I have sending, so if I get attacked, I can message you. If I am
What, mid-message is just gonna be help? Like, no.
Well, unless I fall unconscious, then when I wake up, I'll message someone.
Okay.
If I do disappear, then this is goodbye. That was a joke. I'm scared.
That joke. That's to go.
You didn't say goodbye, though.
He said goodnight. And then he was gone for
And what are
like...
your opinions on this coup?
Bless you.
What are my opinions that Katara is in control of Bashir? Fine. It is her will, and as a follower, I am following Katara. So, then I am fine with it. It is not a war with Flintgate, and there is the option of stopping your mother still on the table. Well, I don't know entirely what happened, so maybe it filled me in because I missed everything. So if I am wrong in this stopping your mother, then yeah.
And what of Katara's plans after she's taken the world from everyone?
I don't know.
Your mother lying to thousands of people?
Lying? Are we certain she is lying? Just because she
We
is a
know
god.
what she did to those remnant. to get the answer she wanted.
That is a document. How do you know it is tied to her? It's just a name, coincidental. Just because.
Sure, it's coincidental when all they talk about is liberating themselves from the gods. I'm not a fool, don't play me for one. You're not a fool. I just don't want to see you be so eager to throw yourself away just because somebody bigger than you says so.
I will see you after I meet with my mother.
You better. I'll hold you to it.
And Soren walks away.
Did Soren say what warehouse they're going to?
I just said a warehouse, abandoned warehouse.
Okay.
I think it's one that he had stopped by earlier.
Yeah, I'd stop.
I don't know that he really left though.
Correct.
Yeah, you guys didn't really know that I left. Only Kuno did. And Kuno stayed in his room and didn't tell anyone.
Like a good boy.
A good brother.
DM.
Yes.
May I roll a stealth check?
Certainly. I imagine at least Soren, but Kuno and Nico, you can make your decisions as well. If you think with this kind of argument you just had with the group, if you're looking to see if anyone follows you.
22. He's not immediately following. He's just trying to disappear from the group as they were arguing.
Okay.
So.
You guys separate. Most of the group heading back to the palace. The rest of you heading not too far from where you currently are to a different part of the guild. Or the city, rather, in the same vicinity. Soren, you make your way back to where you were a few nights ago.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think Soren will look to Nico. What happened? Well, exactly happened while I was out.
When you went out?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I assumed Kuno would catch you, so I wasn't really paying attention to you. But
Well,
your...
No, I don't. Yeah, I don't. I mean, I'm talking about what happened on stage, not with me.
Gotcha. You don't care about yourself. I understand.
I do, but
Your mother, I assume, addressed the crowd. She stared directly at us, and very specifically, she told us that there was that a lot was going to change. And that we would be, many secrets are going to be revealed, and in the next few months we'll be asked to trust, to march, and to change the world. And then, an entire stage's worth of important dignitaries all were poisoned to death, except for a few choice ones, hopefully good ones.
Including your guildmaster.
Oh yeah, including Fela. She's still alive, which is great because she's delightful.
what do you make of this?
Oh, I'm always a means to the end kind of person. So it's still gonna get me where I need to go. And I don't really care too much for the children, regardless. So, sure.
Okay.
I'm on board. I don't know. As long as it doesn't hurt people. I very vehemently hate the Fey Plague, so if it gets rid of that, I am 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
Fair.
Fair. It's fair. Like, It plagues a lot of people.
It does indeed plague people. What plagues do? Yeah, but you know. You're gonna be blood sacrificing all the people to Katara to make her extra powerful in your next priestly duties or whatever it is you do with her?
Yeah.
Normally-
we do.
We don't do sacrifice. It's more so. We sacrifice our own blood for Katara. There are sects that do sacrifice.
Right.
Various types.
Sect, not sex, Aqua.
Lovely.
Sects.
Okay.
Sects.
There are sects.
They are also
There is-
sex.
There is
There's
also
lots of
sects.
sex.
Mine was like,
Blood.
wait, what?
It's like the beginning of Blade.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mine is Blade killing everyone.
Yike.
Or like Blade, or Blade, or Blade killing everyone.
All right. Well, as long as we're not like murdering innocent children in the name of Katara, y'all just let me know what you need.
Right.
How I can help.
Now. What? Wait, what was the party's parameters that they wanted her in eyesight? Or you know what? You can just come with us and me too. You are.
That is so much easier than me having to like lurk in the corner. Because
'cause
I'm
I've-
very much not good at lurking.
Yeah, I was going to say that you were not the most sneaky person with all your clanging. Your metal.
Yeah. It's all the tools hanging from the belt, you know, it's a lot.
All right, yeah, we go to the warehouse.
Okay.
Right, guys? Oh, come on.
Right.
Yeah. Just like you guys, we look behind us every time, and you guys like have to like quickly hide behind lampposts.
Are you guys looking around to see if they're following you? Or
Yeah, I would. Actually, I'm going to.
Kuno would for sure.
Actually, I'm gonna cast something.
Oh.
I'm gonna cast Blood Sight.
Okay.
And I'm gonna do. No, it's not blood. It's any living thing. Anything that has a life force. The
You just see all
life.
the
Does
Undead
Divine
or.
sense.
Undead.
I saw him before. I saw it before. I have you know.
Okay. Okay.
So-
That's yes, that is right. And so I'm like, oh.
When I did it, it was like a black hole. Of death.
Right, I remember that.
Undead.
It was a void.
What happened?
Sounds fun.
What happened?
Oh, I was saying
the
I
last
used him on
time
for.
he used
It was the opposite of a living thing.
Detect undead. What's the range on that?
Oh, mine's whatever I want. It's not detect undead.
Oh, shit.
he gets to
It's
choose
like a-
depending on how much he sacrifices.
like blood sight or something.
How much blood you bleed?
Yeah, because my mom still has coagulated blood.
The range of this
Yeah.
vision is a number of feet equal to 5 times the number of hit points. spent.
I'll just do 10.
10? Okay. I'm gonna roll something.
Someone really wants to follow me. That's fine.
I just don't want to be assassinated.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think you will be.
And blood sight is concentration, so you can just keep that going. I think
For 10 minutes.
For 10 minutes, yeah. Okay. So we'll get that going. As you concentrate on that.
I'll cast it. There we go. And did you have me cast it? Oh yeah.
Yep. Make sure you deduct hit points. You said 50 feet, so 10 hit points.
Yeah, I did it on D&D Beyond, but I didn't do it on.
No, all good.
Okay.
I got you. Okay.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
I'll heal you 10 with lay on hands. Quickly.
Ooh. Y'all are on a mission. Just like slaps. His back is just like, not
Yeah.
today. Okay, 10 lay on hands points. Perfect. Wait, no, I don't want to roll.
Oh yeah, and is there anyone inside the warehouse
we don't need
as we're walking in? Or is that what you're
well, we'll get there in a second. I'll say with blood sight, also give me a perception check, and then Kuno and Nico, you both said you were looking as well, so feel free to make a check.
Can I use divine sense?
Ooh, divine sense. Okay.
Can I guidance myself?
You can, but you'll lose blood sight.
That's true. That's why I said just kidding, because I was like, oh yeah.
Can't do
concentration.
It's either way. It's 15.
Okay, we pop a divine sense as well.
10 plus 5. This dice is shit.
Oh my god, that effect. That's dope. I want to see that used in a real map. That was so cool. And it tells you in chat how many you found of each creature. That's so funny.
That's so cool.
I love that. Within 60 feet. 1 second.
We're really good at making sure Amon doesn't follow us. Everyone else.
Yeah, you have specific abilities to stop Amon.
If Amon were to follow us, we wouldn't see it.
This Katara just hates Amon.
Specifically, yeah. I think. 1 second, sorry.
Just kidding. Yeah, because mine's 50 feet. His is 60 feet. Depends on who's within 60 feet. 50 feet. Can I just exit something?
You do detect an Amon-shaped entity right at the very edge of your divine sense. You don't see him, but you do feel his presence.
You see that Amon is following?
No. Wait, did I see? Is that what you asked?
No, Kuno does with divine sense.
Yeah, Kuno's just like asking.
Wait, what'd you ask?
Also see it. If you also can tell that Amon is following.
I cannot see him.
Just barely outside of Soren's range with 50 feet.
Yeah.
How do you see that? It looks like they're made out of shadows.
To keep it fair, too, by the way, just above board, Amon said they wanted to follow, whatever, rolled a stealth check, whatever, did their own thing. And based on the way you guys are traveling through these streets, the distance they would have to maintain to be able to continue following your trail, I rolled a D100, added 30, and that was how many feet away they were from the group at all times, and they were just within 60 feet.
Looks like 57.
It was 53, I think. Like, it's so stupidly just within.
Okay.
Just to keep it fair, without it being like, oh, I stay exactly 130 feet away, because it'll vary depending on the road, and like this warehouse is not publicly facing, so it's through some alleyways, so they just, and it lasts for a little bit. So they ask for privacy, they might check. But do you guys continue traveling, or do you stop to see if Amon catches up to you?
I have other means of.
Does it matter?
I don't know, but.
Well, I'm here. I'm already one stranger. What's two?
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure he will be found, but it doesn't matter now. He's already here. It's pointless to argue anymore.
Let's just go say hi, right? Sure.
Yeah, we can go inside. Or you want me to say hi to Amon?
Nah. They're gonna learn whether we said hi or not.
Funny seeing you here.
Let's
Oh, this isn't where I left my car. Sorry, guys.
I'm just looking for the bathroom.
Speaking
Oh,
of,
shit.
as you
Come on,
guys
someone-
approach the warehouse and begin looking around to see if there's any other people around,
Assassins.
outside the warehouse, on the back door, because that's where you had kind of snuck in before, on the little cobblestone pad that is set in front of where this door is, you see the silver statue of a raven standing on top of a folded piece of paper.
Well, you guys are right back now. I'll pick up the raven and hand it to Kuno, and then
Get ghosted, lol.
and open.
It only works once every 3
open.
days.
So
So
yeah, so even if
can't
you wanted
respond.
to use it, she couldn't.
she would. She loves
the
us.
The note just says get ghosted, lol.
Yeah, it's just get pranked.
Get pranked.
The letter equivalent of being left unread.
Yeah.
You open
It's just a
the
blank
piece of
letter.
paper. You open the letter.
Yeah.
It
I open it
is.
so Kuno can maybe read it over. Can you read it?
Yeah,
over?
there are no words on it. It is a drawing. You see a very detailed depiction of a tree. In the center is like the bottom of the stump, and then it goes upwards, and then mirrored around a sphere. There's 8 total trees, and they're all the exact same replicas. And in the center is a not graphically perfect depiction, but is the clear representation of Soren with a blade through his chest. As if he is
Oh my God.
as if he is pinned to the center of this depiction.
Oh god.
Damn, she sent me death threats.
Damn.
What's on that? Can I see?
I don't think you want to see.
Of course I do. What if it's all connected?
What if it's all connected?
It's all connected?
It's all connected.
God. Sounds like they don't want to talk.
A tree, you say?
I'll just show
A
you.
crystal tree?
I will show Nico the picture.
Nico,
Do you
make an
think
investigation check.
This is one of those fucking trees, man.
One of those trees.
One of those trees. Why did I pick the dice that is hardest to 20. Wait, we're doing math. 22. I didn't.
22. There is no secret encoding here that you suddenly discover that the brothers missed. But you do notice that 2 of the trees do not have any leaves on them.
Oh. Is it Kuno? Do you think it's tied to the tree under our castle?
In what sense? That
In the sense that there are 2 trees, one of them being the one we destroyed, and another one being already destroyed. Do we know how many there are now?
There are
You
8
have no
acromonic
idea.
trees.
This depiction
There are 8
that we know
shows
of.
8. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's 8 that we got the names of.
Yes.
There are 8. There are 8 that we know of.
Oh yeah, you guys did get the names. Hell yeah.
Yes, we did.
Yeah. So, do you think it's tied to that? Because it's 8, and it's weird that there are 8 of the acromonic trees.
Are you the
don't
key?
know anything more about something than I, right? You
What?
haven't heard any. You haven't seen. You aren't hiding anything about the trees.
Me? No. You know more. And your visions. I've seen more of them than I have. What I know is from what we have found out together and through your vision that you showed me.
Mm-hmm.
MoogleLatte did specifically warn us about these trees and how they're holding back something horrible that is beyond description.
Yes.
Do you know why you're the center? The circle of trees?
I think Soren has like a flash of like being called the key, and he's like, Jesus. God. Sorry, guys. Jeez. It's a lot. Well, I was unconscious. I want you to keep this to yourself, Nico, for now.
Really?
I will maybe tell the group eventually once I know more. But things regarding myself. When I was unconscious, I had dreams, memories. I don't know, they were so disorienting. But I did overhear talking, being called the key.
And that might have something to do with why when we saw your soul, it was wrong. Maybe. What did they do to you? What's wrong with you? No offense.
I don't know. I only have glimpses. I only have most of the things that happened before Kuno was born are locked away. Maybe I forgot some, or I was forced to forget some through trauma. I had flashes.
You wanted to dig them out much too early. You could probably see if there's a magical healer for that. You wanted just answers.
I don't know yet.
That's fair. Just wouldn't want to leave knowledge on the table when it comes to, a cataclysm or anything like that.
Yeah, I need to gather my thoughts first. A lot of things are happening. But yeah. All right, I fold up the paper, put it in my pocket, and I guess that was a meeting.
Okay.
Just draw it.
Is there anything on the Raven?
Yeah.
No.
Go ahead. Just that piece of paper. Was there anything else? Like,
you look around quickly. Nope. It appears that the raven was used to keep the note from blowing away in the wind, and that was it.
It is particularly windy today.
yeah.
He lost his hat twice.
It's true. It's true.
Can you
I forgot about that. As you guys kind of look around, with divine sense and divine sense is 1 minute. Or is it 10 minutes? I think.
I think it's a minute.
I think it's a minute. So yours is worn off. Soren, as you look around, you see a number of figures kind of just going up and down the alleyways as kind of business goes back to normal, and you realize that you are no longer alone. Hopefully, no one overheard you. But
yeah, I would have been.
guys-
I would have been whispering it to between Kuno and Nico, like just in a low voice, like kind of like into my chest. So it, like trying to do it so it doesn't like carry as far as it would.
cool. You guys head back to the this palace. What were the rest of you guys doing while half your party took a pit stop.
Wait, where did Mon go?
He's following them. I mean, what did we expect? Honestly, I expected him to. It's partially why I didn't go follow them.
Oh.
Anyways, out of us here, who is a little bit afraid of the reality that they might help take over the world?
Oh, go ahead, Niall. Share your thoughts.
Niall?
What else is there to say?
I don't know. I'm freaking out. There's too much happening. Dragons.
So the entire world might be under control of Bashir now, or soon, or eventually.
Yeah, but more importantly, under the control of Katara.
Yes, and the gods are involved. Sort of, kind
They're
of. We
all-
decided that all
Hey,
gods
God.
suck except for this god in particular. Why power, probably?
Yeah, it's... You know, I was on team, like, let's take fate in our own hands away from the gods, up until the point that it meant putting it all in the hands of Katara,
Yeah, so how
and
meeting now?
violently conforming everyone. Oh, and not only that, but if Flintgate gets in the way, they're going to make a trail directly towards it, which guess what? My village is in that direction, which means everything I fought for will be pointless.
How the hell did they get the bloody dragons to work for them?
Who?
The
Those-
dragons?
Who?
Ooh!
That's all I
Scale
got.
Dragons? The scale god.
That's right, I forgot about the dragons with everything else going on.
Yeah, the dragons that are
Specifically,
probably being held
Glass
against their will.
dragons.
Blast
Oh,
dragon.
wait, glass dragons. Maybe they're not even... They're constructs, probably, at this point. I wouldn't be surprised.
If I talk to one of them, we'll be able to know.
If you are able to, I encourage it.
I don't know if they're gonna have a petting zoo for the glass dragons, but I guess we can find out.
I forget
We should
who
try.
was told, but someone was told likely where these dragons are being kept.
Maybe me?
I think so. I think you were told about the stables to the west of
Damn.
town,
Yep.
That they were
perfect
being
person.
retrofitted.
that they were being retrofitted.
We'll never find out.
If you ask me about the dragons, I'll tell you about that to get you off my back about Katara.
Oh my
Okay.
god.
Anyway, so yeah, this is a lot to take in.
Yeah, this is really an unfortunate turn of events. I'm not going to lie. Did not see Katara staging a coup in Bashir. All right, it was
As you
funny
can-
the
as you
first
can-
couple times.
As you guys are getting back there too,
It's up.
no one seems to be reacting to the what you guys are calling a coup. There's no outcry.
I just
There's
think
no
people are
panic.
tired.
They either didn't notice or they're believing the heralds that are saying they resigned. There's a bit of murmuring about how it makes sense.
Oh, this is insane.
This is so weird. This town is. I don't know. I don't do government policy stuff.
Yeah,
I just
remember-
do forest and animals and friends and family.
This is what happens when your government becomes the pawn of a divine entity hell-bent on taking over the world.
You
So
know,
what now?
Okay.
I'm utterly clueless on what to do for the first time.
Oh no, we're in hell now.
My
That's
question
not-
is,
we're in
I
hell
know
now.
it's not normal, but there's not bloody well much I can do about it anymore.
are Soren
I
and
can
Kuno
still-
even gonna keep traveling with us at this point?
Who knows? They might try and have us all
Exactly.
killed in the name of Katara. I would bloody well
Oh.
hope not.
No, No, didn't they just tell us that they only sacrifice themselves, not other
But
people?
it's their mother.
Yeah,
No,
but also
they're-
remember the part in the
Katara's not their
speech where they
mother.
said they would violently conform everyone to Katara?
Maybe I wasn't paying attention.
I'm not saying that it's for sure that we can't trust them, but there's something very heavy standing in our way. We clearly may have very different ideals, and we can't always trust that our ideals will not clash violently.
What Niall said. This is about the... This is bigger than all of us.
Most of us don't do gods or politics.
And
Yeah, I'm one of them.
fuck, who are they working with from the Feywild? I swear.
Want to go back? Do we want to contact someone from the Feywild and ask?
I don't know. I don't even know if I can do that.
Well, didn't you mention something about your brother that you saw for a second?
Didn't that require you to be shoved off of a crow's nest?
I did have to die for that, but yes, I do want to do that again.
Well, maybe not the dying part, but like we could.
All right,
we
yeah,
could
you can
try.
beat me into unconsciousness.
Oh my God.
Nom. Maybe not that, but like maybe, you know, like.
Do you know
see
feign
how we-
death?
No. Do you?
No.
Okay. But like I don't know. Don't you got like some like brotherly messaging thing you can
That's not
do?
how that works.
Oh, it's not?
Probably not anymore. Niall,
Let's
beat
try.
me over the head.
Okay.
Why would I do that?
Because I'm gonna go have a conversation.
Okay, we don't know consistently enough if putting you to near death will contact you with your brother.
Yes, but Aqua's right here.
What about me? Oh, he
This
was
is
right.
this is about the time that Amon arrives back, although I don't know if you noticed that because Amon is currently invisible.
Amon?
You smell his cologne.
Yeah, Amon's,
He's a very
Well,
fancy guy.
Smell like whiskey.
Which he doesn't drink. He just
good
spills it on his
it's
clothes, so he
the,
smells like it.
The Sealy Court Unlimited scent brand.
Yeah.
Sealy Court by Old Spice.
The Sealy Spice.
Aqua's right here. Nothing can go wrong. Just beat me over the head. I'm gonna go have a conversation.
Amon is definitely like 30, 40 feet away from the group, just like blinking to himself, trying to think. He's like trying to be like, fuck do I say?
Okay,
I
if
need
you
just
want to
cut
be
him off.
unconscious so badly, punch yourself in the face. I am not doing it.
Are you strong enough to do that? Like mentally strong enough to do that? Because you know, there's like people who are strong enough to actually beat the shit out of themselves.
Yeah,
And
it's
then
called
there's
being
other-
Eldritch
masochist.
blasts himself in the face.
Can you do that?
Make an attack roll at disadvantage
yourself.
because it's within 5 feet.
You just like
I want you to
Rage,
miss so
roll,
bad.
reach, rage.
Did you roll a nat
One
one?
of them is a natural 20. The other was cock, hold on. And the other is a, well, it's +8, so that is a 15. That's
15 hits
higher
your
than
armor
my
class.
AC.
Roll damage. Yeah.
Well, oh, I have two. There's two of them, though.
Yeah, you have to roll those 2d things.
The other one also hits.
I was kidding. I was kidding.
So stupid.
Well, you know, Mom's not that good, so stand by.
So silly.
Oh, that's the wrong fucking dice. Hold on. That is a 1 and a 4.
5 force damage. Just
This is going to be a
your
very
nose is
slow
bleeding.
process.
Yeah.
Stop!
Oh, why don't? Have you tried? have you tried like going into your like Reaper form and contacting him that way?
Not in the street. Not in the street. Not in the street.
We're not in the street.
We're back home or hotel or.
Are we?
Yeah.
I have no idea where
You are,
Where
yes.
the fuck am I right now?
You guys, where am I?
The background just starts switching.
I think probably roughly around this point, Amon would drop invisibility and walk up to Moss and just be like, "We need to have a conversation," and walk off.
Oh, great. There's more secrets now. I can't wait for there to be more secrets in this group.
Can the conversation be out here? Because we're all kind of having a crisis convention.
I am trying to figure out if we need to leave.
Right, that's kind of where we're in the same...
Come with you?
Soren called himself the key for something. He says he has visions. I don't know how deep he is. I don't know how far gone he is.
I don't know how deep he is. I'm sorry.
He said he lost
so
cause.
funny.
He's so
He seems pretty convinced that it's worth his own sacrifice at this point. But there's maybe hope to convince him.
After I got pulled away for a second, so I wasn't able to hear exactly what he said, but after Soren began telling the other two that he had visions where he was called the key, what else did he explain the visions in detail?
I don't believe so. No, he just referenced that he was called the key.
No.
But that he doesn't really know. You did hear him say that he wasn't going to tell the group until he had some more answers.
Yeah. He's not going to tell you, any of you, that whatever he is going through, whatever is happening to him, but I don't know if I trust him.
We don't have to trust him at the moment.
But we also don't know like the full story, right?
Exactly.
We can't keep living with secrets in this group anymore.
At that point, that the door opens. The rest of the party walks in.
Oh.
See, now, can we go back to what I was working on?
We're not going to make you unconscious, Moss.
Amon, please, for the love of God.
You guys walk into Moss begging for his life to be ended.
Is this some horrible sacrifice?
No, I'm trying to have a conversation.
With
True.
his
Sounds
brother.
like you're shouting.
Your blood?
With his brother through death, which we don't know is how that works.
Okay, I was only unconscious.
How healthy are you right now? How healthy you look?
He's very healthy. He's
On a
got,
scale of 1 to 49,
What's your
I
blood
would
group?
say I'm a 44.
pretty healthy.
he's pretty healthy right now.
Pretty damn healthy.
I don't really got a whole lot of heavy hitters, my guy. I got rid of most of them.
I have a scary idea.
I could thunderstep you out the window and drop you.
What's your
Maybe-
idea, Aqua?
Maybe less damaging one. You might get nightmares after, but we can drown you.
That's not a bad
That's
idea.
that's a rough way to go.
Fucked up.
That
That's
is.
a
I think
real
it would
rough
be
way
less
to
painful
go.
if I were to shoot him in the chest.
Can I just like go behind Moss and like tap him on the knees so he kneels, and then just put him in a chokehold until he passes out?
Kuno, after you do that, Kuno comes in, like, grabs his legs so he can't kick.
All Kuno heard was someone
sleep.
wants to be knocked out.
Go sleep.
It was like, I've been waiting for this moment.
Just gonna put Moss in a chokehold until he passes out.
Okay, we'll say to speed things up, Moss, you eventually drop to 0 HP. Please roll a death saving throw.
Whee! A 2.
He wakes up, we have to snuff him out again.
But are we Are we just gonna let him bleed out, die here?
Wait.
I can bring him back.
Well, I can also bring him back, but I don't we didn't really
6 more seconds.
6 more seconds.
Going for a record.
All right, now and then I'll cast Wither and Bloom and.
I was gonna cast just spare the dying on him.
Before you do that, he's gonna make one more death saving throw.
Yeah.
So there's a nat 1, he's dead.
A 6.
Okay, 2 failures. And this point, you cast Wither and Bloom.
You roll a hit point.
Oh yeah, so you can roll. You roll a hit dice.
Find a d6.
Yeah.
You take an injury.
A 1.
You roll a 1 plus your con mod. So 3. You get back 3 hit points. No vision.
Well, fuck.
Who would have guessed? I never would have foreseen this.
Why are you
Try
unconscious?
talking to him through Reaper form.
Yes, and that's what I'll work on.
Okay.
I'm gonna go to my room, and Amon's gonna walk off.
Moss will look over to Soren and Kuno. You on Team End the World now.
Who said anything but ending the world?
Sounded pretty much like the end of the world out there. At least the end of a world where anyone has a choice.
Well, I know you don't see Katara's ways.
Right.
and
So are
there's
you
no
prepared
convincing you?
kill people that disagree with Katara? Because that's what it sounds like the plan is. You're gonna go to Flintgate and start killing the people that don't want to... Because I don't think you would. But that's the impression that they were giving. That's what they were implying, is that they were prepared to go over there, and if everyone didn't say, oh yeah, Katara sounds great, we'll help you get rid of all the gods and give the world to her, that they'll just be dead.
I'm struggling with words right now. I think Soren is like visibly struggling because he's like he doesn't know exactly what happened during, like, Nico filled him in, but he's like still like visibly bothered by just like he looks visibly bothered by what, like, since he's been like passed out.
Well, I guess a question I have, does anybody know who the Midnight Prisoner is? That's what made you pass out, apparently.
Someone just passes out again.
Every time someone
Just a set of words and bam.
Do I pass out?
Do I know who the Midnight Prisoner is?
Yeah, I was like,
a history check.
Give me the secrets.
Wait, do I not know who the Midnight Prisoner is? Doesn't that sound from like?
It does not, and you didn't hear it in the dream you had either.
Could I also roll a history check?
Moss, you cannot, because you were not from the material plane.
Oh, fair enough.
You get barred because you're not from the.
I was gonna say, could I? And then I was like, no, I'm from the fucking jungle. What do I know?
Read a book, Aqua.
Read a book, Aqua.
Go touch some technology.
Yeah, a technology being a book.
Somebody give Aqua a gun.
Guys, hold on. What did you get, Nico?
I got an 11, so I got
Let's
shit.
go.
I know dick all.
Dick all is correct.
Can I give them guidance?
It's too late. That's not gonna make it any better.
Pretty sure, now that I think about it, I only have inspiration.
Yeah, do I not remember? What do I remember before? leading up to that. Leading up to me passing out.
Yeah, I don't have guidance anymore.
You remember up to the moment of the speech, basically the sentence before what triggered it.
Oh, so like I know like my mother started talking.
Yep.
And then I just blacked out.
And then you got so girl fan excited that you just passed right
yeah.
out. So
Melting under that desert sun.
Is your mom Taylor Swift?
She might be.
She's your Taylor Swift. She's Soren's
Can we get a Taylor
Swift.
Swift cameo where she just
Realistically,
plays
Taylor
Tyler?
Swift could do exactly that and people would still love her.
Yeah, it's true. Very
Kill
true.
the world leaders and take over.
She does have a cult-like following.
She does have a cult
It's
like
Taylor
that.
Swift and Beyonce. If either of them did it, they would still have huge fans. They might have more fans, honestly.
Different fans, that's for sure.
Different fans. Fans you might not want.
Yeah.
The Swifties are gonna tear us apart, guys.
Yeah.
Monster's just gonna like double down looking at Kuno and Soren like, what's the plan here?
What do you mean? What are we doing next?
Yeah?
Waiting to hear more?
We have the right. Jennifer's right.
Are we just gonna keep acting like everything's normal?
Well, we still need to. Kuno wants to get word from Kelsey.
Right.
He wants to.
How does, I guess,
The meeting
yeah,
with 4 people. Because everybody else is dead.
Well, I don't. I feel like that meeting is not happening anymore.
I don't feel like that meeting would be in my best interest as far as living either.
You just have to find out who the other Fae folk are, right? Maybe
I
it's
do.
the Centaur King.
If it's the Centaur King, he would be going back on me. And I don't think that's rather likely.
Unfortunate. All right. So we're gonna participate in this Crimson Rite, and then we're gonna get on a living ship and sail to the Raquelian Isles. That's the plan still? Or are we joining a holy war? And which side of the holy war are we getting on?
From the sounds of it, the one intent on killing people.
Not going to happen.
I feel like a holy war, everybody's intent
concur.
on killing people. The children of Kaela do a lot of killing people.
I'm not on the side of the children. I'm on the side of not handing over the world to one of the children.
Isn't she not a child?
They're working with arrows? She's not. She is, but she's not. It's part of the thing. Do we have to start impersonating Katara worshippers so that we don't get, like, jumped in the street soon? Do we just
No,
have
I
to
don't
say,
know.
I wish your blood stays inside your body.
No,
Let's
you
say
are with
Katara,
us,
right?
so you are
You
fine.
guys do know, especially within Bashir, that the vast majority of the locals are not religious.
Mhm.
So you don't know what tomorrow may bring, but you don't necessarily assume that everyone in the city is going to suddenly become religious fanatics.
Zealots, yeah.
Yeah. It may bring out some of that fanaticism in some of the people who may have before that been quiet.
I think it also might be in our interest to start identifying who isn't going along with this insane plan that is still alive.
I think all of them that are still alive are going on along with it.
Or are they coerced to go along with it?
Exactly.
We could dig. We've got a few days still before the rite. We could research a little bit. I want to know who that midnight prisoner is. Do you think Soren, especially with your sending magic, you'd be able to reach your mother and get a real conversation with her?
Did she not show up?
No, she didn't show up.
What happened?
We got Kuno's Raven back.
Did she say anything?
No.
Fucking Aqua. Yay!
Well, Kuno likes that so much. I'm glad he got his messenger bird back.
I'm gonna roll something. I'm very conflicted.
Roll to kill everyone in the room.
Roll to.
I only could
disintegrate?
maybe kill one of you.
Roll for mental breakdown.
Yeah, that's what I'm literally rolling for.
How many sanity saving throws do you have to fail before you just collapse?
How's Kuno feeling right now? What's
Yeah,
Kuno's
exactly.
expression?
That's what I'm trying to gather.
I forgot.
Yeah, what's the
Kuno's
what's his
expression?
thing?
What was his expression
Yeah.
on seeing the picture of Soren with a spear through his chest?
Oh.
Like he made no, like he didn't change his facial expression.
Oh, it was just.
And his expression during this conversation
Same.
for okay, like he's just a stone faced.
Yeah.
All right. I told myself
So much.
if I got above if I got above an 11, because I've not rolled above 11 today, that I would tell you guys that I would show you guys the picture. And I rolled a 12.
Let's go.
Secrets.
Six.
Who needs
Alright.
party cohesion when we can argue all the time?
Hello.
Soren is going to just reach into his his robe pocket and pull out the piece of paper and just set it on the table. The island that we have now. Yeah.
The kitchen island.
We're in the kitchen.
Yeah, we have a kitchen. We have a kitchen island. I feel like
Always in the kitchen.
open. I feel like this is an open concept that goes into our rooms. Like it's an open.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's what I picture.
Yeah.
yeah, pretty much. I feel like the same.
Like
So
a
he just sets it on the
luxury
table, and he just walks into it towards the room.
Moss, I think you need to look at it.
I'll look at it.
The depiction of 8 trees with their bases forming like a ring of a circle, and 2 of the trees do not have any leaves. And then in the center is a loose depiction of Soren with a weapon of some sorts through his chest, kind of pinning him to the center point.
Is Soren still in the room, or did he leave?
Yeah, I just started walking towards the room, towards my room.
Where did this come from?
Is this from your mother, Kuno?
Yeah.
It's just like pardon my interpretation, but usually this would be interpreted as a death threat.
Potentially, yeah.
And are you worried?
I have my thoughts.
I would like to know what you are thinking. Your opinion is probably the most important in the room at the moment.
Yeah, Kuno.
I don't know if they are right or not. That's why
It doesn't matter if they're right or not.
What matters in this moment, Kuno, is would you feel right in your brother dying?
Or in this
This
case,
way, in this depiction, as we see here.
You are sure it is a death threat?
I don't think it's necessarily. It probably has some much greater meaning, but it obviously means that they are inevitably going to be harmed in some way that we can't even conceptualize.
Kind of looks like a sacrifice.
I heard talk of a key.
I know nothing of the key.
This
I don't
seems very
know what you want me
likely.
to say. What opinions do you want?
How you are feeling.
I've said I'm holding my thoughts. That is all. I do not have the lifetime experience that all of you have to handle such things.
What do you mean?
This is the first time that I've found out such news, let alone witnessing such events.
You know,
I
it's
just need to
some of our
conceptualize
first
it.
time too.
I see.
I just want to know if you think it's wrong or right.
Well, he doesn't know right now, Mom.
But if you need time to think about it, that's fine. I understand that this is a lot to take in. I'm worried about you and your brother.
It's more sounds like you just want to know what side we are on. Whether you want
Because I'm worried that you're going to go and you're going to hurt people and get, or worse, hurt yourselves and for someone else's goals.
Well, I don't know what to say. I don't want to hurt people, if that's what you want to hear.
That is comforting. My travels, I would come to expect that you wouldn't want to hurt people.
I mean, on our travels, we have hurt people, so...
I'm talking about people that don't, deserve it.
Okay, but
Nice to meet you.
We didn't know... It has been a rough morning for everyone.
Yeah, like the 20 people
I've killed
in
so many
that temple or not.
Yeah, Niall excluded.
Now excluded? Why? No, I'm kidding.
He's got a point, yeah.
I'm not saying we shouldn't continue discussing this, but you gotta give the brothers a break. This is their first time seeing their mom in... How many years was it, Kuno?
So long I can't even...
it's like
17.
I don't remember the number.
It's been
You were
84
It's been
years.
almost 20 years. Yeah,
18
it's been a
years.
long time.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, because Kuno was 3. And
I
he's 20.
can't fathom
I'm not,
growing up without their mother. I can't fathom
awful father.
being apart from for a long period of time.
All I'm trying to say is, like, I think they just needed a moment to gather their thoughts, because...
I said they are more than entitled to time to gather their thoughts. Soren has already gone to do so.
But Kuno just said, "Can I gather my thoughts?" And you just went, blah, 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 blah. So it's like, can we?
I apologize. Yes,
Yeah.
Kuno.
Thank you. And Kuno will take the drawing and walk away.
Oh. No.
Okay. You head to your room?
He heads to Soren's room. Which I guess is the same room.
Yeah, it's the same.
You just don't put up the curtain that makes it seem like it's 2 rooms.
Kuno has
You
a
leave the curtain
smaller
down.
door beside the big door that he goes through.
He has to crawl into it.
It's just
So
an
fucked up.
outline door. There's no wall. It's just a door, and he walks through.
Yeah, it's like perfectly cut out of Kuno. He used the blade of calcine when he first moved in. Really efficient.
What are the rest of you doing while the brothers have left?
And Amon left too.
Niall is like having extreme seething rage in the corner.
Do you want to go, like, target practicing? Not on something live?
No,
That
that's
is
not going to
alive?
help right now. The problem is in this group, and I don't know what to do about it.
But
can
everyone
always-
got a lot of information, and everyone's feeling a lot. We just... you and I talked about this not too long ago. We need a moment. Just a moment. I'm not saying years. I'm not saying till, it happens. But nothing wrong with just everyone taking a deep breath. Like, I've never seen Kuno that stone-faced before. That shit concerns me. I'm not gonna cry. I'm fine. But they're our friends. Like, hopefully, we gotta, vigilance is hard.
I just wish they trusted us half as much we trusted them.
But they're doing it in a different way. Everyone does everything differently. It's not that they don't trust us. I think they're more so just trying
They're
to
navigating
figure
a
out.
very difficult relationship and a lot of very difficult changes right now.
And they're trying to figure out how to say it without, sounding evil. Or, no, that came out wrong. Let me try that again. It's more like they're just... I don't think they know what to say because they don't even know how they feel. So until they know how they feel and what they think, then they'll talk to us. And
When has Soren ever talked to us about anything?
It might be
Soren
worthwhile.
keeps to himself all the
to hear.
time, and Kuno talks to us all the time, but this is the first time Kuno hasn't, so that's how I know this isn't good. Soren keeps secrets all the time. That's his charm. That's what he does. Like, don't look at me like that, Nico.
Predictable behavior, yes.
At some point, Aqua, maybe you don't need to make excuses for them, and you just need to start calling them on it too. I think there's a lot of value in we all put our carrots on the table and see if we can walk the same path.
Do you see how far keeping secrets got me?
There's a lot of
severe
dead
trouble
people
with all
behind
of
Niall.
you.
Huh? What do you mean?
I have a contract that says I have to kill people, and I didn't tell you all until I almost killed them on.
Yeah, but...
There's no
I
but
didn't
there.
tell
That's what
you all
happened.
straight up about the Dream Reaper and ate a fucking town.
Yeah, but those were all until something happened.
We can't
And-
just keep waiting until things happen for everything to go wrong.
You gotta snip the fuse instead of letting the bomb explode.
Okay, but... Okay.
We don't want them to be exploded.
I don't think they will, but...
Soren might.
I don't know.
Soren
I'm
might
sure
explode.
Really look like they're going to kill Soren.
Soren looked visibly swollen there.
I am terrified
Putting a
of that
little-
note, yes.
Putting a little thought into it, MoogleLatte spoke about them being some sort of gate, right, Nico?
Not just a gate, like they're holding
Like a
something
lock.
back.
Yeah.
So
And if
we need to know
Soren-
whatever's on the other side of that door.
Soren is somehow in this picture. I'm going to extrapolate that doing this to Soren is going to cause that to disappear.
Of course. I'm not trying to say we shouldn't
No, I
solve
know.
this.
We're not going to bother the brothers. We're just talking things right now.
Oh, okay. Because, yeah,
So-
I don't like that picture.
No.
We're worrying about them while they're not here. That's all.
Yes.
Yes.
With love and kindness and those sorts of things.
Yeah.
Terrified of them with love.
Yeah. So what I'm
They
worried
are
about is all the things we don't know. So something I would
yeah.
like to propose, if anyone would like to join me or not, that's totally cool, is that we do a little bit of the hit the books while everyone stews in their corners, is very angry. Aqua, you
I
had
should
met that
try and-
lovely person I've heard of but never got to meet, Astoria Starscribe, correct?
Like to meet her, too, again.
Perhaps that's someone who we could tap into for some information about who this midnight prisoner is. or we could research the acromonic trees. Was Astoria Starscribe a magical folk? Like, is she a mage?
Yes.
Perhaps she has some spells that might lend us some more information as well. We can pay.
Yeah. Won't know until we get there again, because I kind of forgot. But like, it's yeah, I think right now there's just, like you said, Nico, there's too many missing variables.
I can try speaking with the King of the Centaurs, like you said, and also my brother.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if you talk to them, that might help.
We need to find out what's going on. Niall, can you just ring up, like ding a little bell and chat with Egtheron anytime you'd like? See what they know?
Yes.
Oh, really?
Essentially,
Kind
unless he's
of,
not in
yep.
the mood, which is just random.
What a wealth of untapped knowledge.
It's
Do
a
you think
wealth of a demon in my head that wants me to kill things.
So, knowledge is knowledge. It doesn't matter where it comes from.
Demons are
What do you want
also
to know?
well-known liars.
I'm
This one
confused.
doesn't seem
Is
like
this
a
a
liar,
demon or
actually.
is this the devil?
It's a demon.
That's
What do you want? What do you want to know? Just ask me.
Ask them who the Midnight Prisoner is, or the Midnight Prison, or if they know anything about the acromonic trees, or what's behind the door. I don't know if they're
Okay.
important enough of a demon, but maybe they know a little bit.
Let's see if you're in the mood right now.
I wonder if I could fast track a conversation through Morty now that things have escalated, but I'm not entirely sure if I can actually talk to them my usual means.
I'm gonna send a DM to Actheron.
Sure. Yeah.
We're DMing everyone we know.
Yeah.
What do you say to him? What do you? Yeah, sending out all the little alerts. What do you ask Egtheron?
Asking if he knows anything about the Midnight Prisoner. I forgot everything else that Nico said. But
The trees.
the trees.
What's behind them?
What's behind the
Who's
trees?
What's the Midnight Prison? Like, who built it? Anything.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's important enough to know, but maybe.
Make a charisma check, because that is your spellcasting ability modifier.
Hey, it sure is.
So that's a +5.
That's an 18.
18.
That's a lot of information you get for an 18.
Without doing the voice and having conversation, because you're asking a quick question, you get 2 pieces of information. 1, he makes it very abundantly clear that today's events are not the other thing he said was coming.
So
And
we
then-
don't have to worry.
So you don't have to worry, their
More
plan
worrying,
will
'cause then
fail.
something else big is gonna happen.
He says that he is unfamiliar with what an acromonic tree is and has not heard reference to the Midnight Prisoner.
I got nothing.
Good sign.
It is not connected to the Abyss in any way.
Yeah. In relation to the Abyss, nothing that he can tell me.
See, that closes so many books we might have opened.
That's true.
Thank
Yep.
you, Niall.
Thanks, Agtheron. I'm so glad you're here.
Yeah, no problem. I got you, boo.
I got you, fam.
I got you, boo.
Someday I would love to meet your demon. They
Yeah.
sound
I
fantastic.
don't. He seems mean.
Okay. Well, this works great. I most definitely would love to hit up the books.
Yeah, I'll come with you on that. I kind of want some fresh air.
Yeah, people yell at each other less when there's lots of trees around. If there are any in the city.
I don't
know
know
if
if there's
that's
any
true.
trees in the city. I would have noticed. I
Are
would have
there?
climbed one by now.
There aren't any boulevards that are beautifully landscaped.
There are trees in the city, yes.
Yeah, I feel like
There's
there's
just
more
no
trees in
tree.
here than there are in Flintgate.
Definitely
Probably.
correct.
Oh, obviously.
Maybe not just because of how massive Flinkgate is, but like per capita, yes, there are more
per
trees.
capita, there are more
yes.
concentrated. Yeah,
Per
there's
capita
one
tree.
area of trees in Flinkgate that's like Central Park in New York, basically.
I love
Probably.
that. Per
the rest
capita,
of it is just
higher
industrial.
The rest is just like, I work all day with the company, man. That's the rest of Flinkgate.
trees. So
We're
stupid.
gold digging company, man.
It's so funny.
Okay, so Niall, you're more than welcome to come with us, but Moss, you're gonna work on Reaper message.
Yeah.
Okay, and then Amon walked away really quickly, so maybe
I'll
you should
go
check on
speak
him
with
after.
him.
Okay.
Yeah,
alright,
I was just about to go and do that.
Okay.
Did Mon
and-
sprint out of her?
Storm.
He Naruto ran out of the room.
And
Shit. He must be really pissed.
Only Naruto runs when he's really
He
mad.
only,
It's true.
he only Naruto runs when he's really pissed, you guys.
yeah, that's not good. Okay. Well, I guess let's just do that for now, and then reassess.
Right.
Yeah.
That way, it gives everyone a chance to cool down, to then get
Yep.
reheated up.
Fewer people will stab each other next time we chat. Maybe it'll only be a punch.
I
Yeah.
would hope none of that, actually. Anyways, I'll
I haven't
go
been
check
to
on
any
him
wizard
on.
debates then.
I don't understand what kind of wizard debates you are having.
Well, sometimes when someone's theory just really doesn't align with yours, it gets very heated.
You stab him with a letter opener.
Pretty much. Every
Yeah,
wizard
there's
has
a lot
tiny
of
knife.
It's very frowned upon to kill someone during a debate in the Feywild.
We
Does that
could
mean it's
kill each
happened?
other.
What do you like? That it has happened?
That there have been times where someone has been stabbed during a debate.
Yeah, of course. It's like it's not impossible,
debate.
but it's like super rare. And it was only a few times done by
Always
the
nice
goblin
debates.
emissaries when negotiating with the gnomes. So it's,
Classic.
hit or miss.
I don't know why I'm surprised.
Hit or miss. I'm living this.
Stop.
What?
No.
Stop.
I thought that was dead.
But I will
That
go
was
knock
dead.
on
He brought it back.
7
Amon's
years ago.
door.
Dead for you.
You knock on Amon's door.
Amon.
There is no
Taking a bath.
answer.
Oh, there's a rate.
Oh, thanks for the
raid.
raids. Appreciate it.
Raiding the stream like I'm gonna raid Amon's bedroom as I'm like Amon.
Out of context! Out of context!
Exactly. There you go.
Jesus.
No, I'm gonna keep knocking on the door and like, you alive in there?
There is still no answer.
I'm just going to open the door if you don't answer.
You open the door?
Yeah. Is Amon there?
Amon is sitting on the floor, kneeling over a shattered mirror, and he is 1,000 miles away.
Oh. Amon.
He is shaking and visibly sweating.
Boss has never seen Amon sweat. What the hell?
He is,
That should be
Dead
possible.
people can sweat.
he is actively having a panic attack.
Amon. Hey, look at me. What's going on? What's with the mirror? Moss will lay a hand gently on their shoulder, closing the door behind them.
Amon, pushes your hand away out of the instinct. And you can see on his hands, which are busted from what you can assume punching the mirror, is 2 rusty iron knuckle dusters, one on each hand.
What? Is there something? Do you know something? Is this have to do with your friend in the tree we found?
He's very non-responsive. He keeps looking back in the mirror.
Hey, don't look in the mirror. Look over it. Look up at me. Don't focus on that. Just focus on your surroundings.
It's the same. Everywhere I go, it's the same.
What's the same?
People. Me. Them. It's just death.
I'm gonna need you to elaborate. Who's dying?
Us. Them. Everyone that...
What are you talking about?
And he grabs the floor, he fingers clench. I don't know. I see his face. I came in here and I saw his face and...
Whose face?
And he doesn't answer.
I can help you. You just have to tell me who.
I can't. He's dead. It's not real.
Death is pretty complicated sometimes.
I just need to breathe.
Breathe. Yeah.
I've been through one too many coups. I can't do this, Moss.
What are you talking about?
I can't take it if they betray us. I want to run.
No one's going to do anything. And you and I both know that if we have to, we'll be gone.
Where would we even go? I can't go back to the Feywild. I can't stay here in the material.
The Feywild's the only place we can go besides Salt Creek.
The minute I step back in there, I'm dead. She'll find me eventually.
Eventually, yes, but also at the side of, or at the head of an entire army.
Doesn't matter.
Let alone she wouldn't get anywhere near through me.
An army is nothing to that woman. She'd go through the whole of the Feywild if it meant getting her revenge.
Right, well,
your mother included.
I would be very impressed if she was capable of doing that, but I understand your fears. But let me remind you that I am not going to just be pushed over by someone trying to kill you.
Yeah.
We're good. Nothing's happening. The brothers are thinking right now. They're probably having a conversation of their own. They're going through a lot. Aqua was right. They just need time to think, and hopefully they'll come around, but we can't make any rash judgments. You and I have lived long enough. We can wait another few bloody hours.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try and get in contact with my brother and someone else, and whoever, the King of the Centaurs, whoever else I have to, see if I can't learn anything. Do you have any idea who they might have been talking about from the Feywild?
Does it sound like anything the tower would involve itself in?
I think the first thing that comes to your mind is Moss's mother, who also is looking to get rid of the children.
Oh God, that's not what I wanted.
Probably your
Not
mom.
necessarily, but that's the first thing that comes to your mind.
I know.
It's be your mom.
God, she's such a fucking hypocrite. All this superiority bullshit. I don't want it to be her, but it's probably fucking her.
More than likely.
Which puts me at... Oh, you have to go back to bloody Flintgate if there's any, hope of help on the material.
I don't know if I'm quite welcome there anymore either.
Right? Exactly. They're not exactly the most welcoming people.
We ran out.
No, and you know what? In fact, we probably can't go to them because the children have Flintgate. So, other continent, I guess. We're pretty fucked right now, aren't we?
he laughs as yeah, I think
I don't think I've ever been so fucking screwed in 349 years. This is still you can experience new things in a long life.
We are pretty back into a corner here, aren't we?
Just a bit, yeah. I should probably check on Salt Creek too after they tried to fucking kill Smiley.
They tried to kill Smiley?
They tried to kill Smiley! Absolutely out of control. I may have shouted a bit, but it's back there. I think it sorted itself out.
I think I need some fresh air. Once it gets dark, I'm gonna go out.
Right, well, here. Take this sanding stone in case you run into any trouble.
Yeah, and he'll take it, pocket it.
I'll be here making a few calls. And then pull my face off and...
It's so gross every time you do it.
It's kind of... I find the reactions amusing.
I'm not even surprised. It's just gross.
It's the sound you make whenever you do
it is, you're like it's literally like a skin bag just being pulled off, and it's I've seen worse.
Energy, yeah.
Yeah, it's just all right.
He doesn't even speak English.
We just start talking in Sylvan, just like
no, Sylvan's just Spanish.
Yeah. I need to. And he just kind of walks out, just like shaking his head, just feeling gross.
As you head out for the night to get some fresh air, clear your head, very similar to what is happening with the brothers.
For a fly. I am the night.
You look up at the middle afternoon sky. It is like 3 p.m. It is not night.
Okay. In the middle of the afternoon.
And you notice a streak, several streaks across the sky. Several trails of something, and you follow them. And in the distance, you see 8 or 9 large meteors of sorts that have broken through the atmosphere and are falling not into the city, but somewhere in the near distance. And as you take a moment to kind of see where they came from, you all feel the earth shake violently as these pieces of rock crash into the earth somewhere not too far. And that is where we'll end tonight's session.
Well, cool.
Oh my gosh.
Let's go find that loot.
It's all definitely just loot.
Yeah, we need a
A little bit of loot.
We no greater significance in that at all.
No, it's just some more loot, more meteor rock. It's great.
Can I get some plate mail for my plate mail?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we need.
He's
to
just
get-
got he gets armor for his sword.
For the sword.
Kelsey's got armor and just walks around.
A full plate longsword? Hell yeah.
It's definitely Amon goes and becomes Batman that minute.
Absolutely.
In the middle of the
afternoon.
3 o'clock.
But they can't.
I am the evening.
It has to.
I am the middle of the afternoon.
I am the early afternoon. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you. We had quite a few follows that session, which is great. Thank you again for the raid. The Vactair. Appreciate you guys jumping in at the end of our session. We're going to pay it forward and raid a channel here after the last little epilogue here. So we'll see you guys next Monday for session 52. Yep. Bye now.
Yes. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye now. Goodbye.
Oh boy.
Egthron sits back on his chair, watching the events of the day unfold for his champion. While quiet, through Niall's eyes, Egthron absorbs much about the world that has changed so far since he was on it.